Kick that motherfucker, Lee.
Get it.
Monday, April 11th, motherfuckers.
Yo.
Another week to taxes. Kick that, Lee. This is so fucking good. You really got to hand it to this fucking guy.
I was just thinking, how cool was it he had a rock band way before that was cool. He had a rock Body Count.
Body Count.
They were on Lollapalooza and Cop Killer.
Cop Killer. Okay,
it was
yeah,
very controversial. Bill Clinton, Tipper Gore, the whole fucking thing.
And this guy is now on a TV show going on 10 seasons.
He always plays a cop, too.
Always.
Because of New Jack City. He went against type, and it stuck.
How great is that? You really got to hand it to this guy. This is
It's almost like if you concentrate on something you hate, you might kind of become that thing. He hated cops, and now he's constantly in the mind of a cop, portraying a cop. He used to portray the gangster, and now he portrays the cop. It's weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
You got to hand it to him, man. He's been around
he's great.
25 fucking years.
He's great on that show too. It's not like sometimes when there's a celebrity on the show, it's like okay, they're just here to get their Twitter followers. He's always been good on that show.
Yeah, we were down in Tompkins Square Park.
Dog, when I shot Law and Order, he was great.
Yeah.
He was really good to me.
Well, what do we have here? Joey Diaz.
But the other guy was a dick, Richard Belzer.
You really don't like him?
Yeah, on the set, he was a dick.
Belzer played that. What's the name of that character?
Scumbag.
Yeah, whatever it is, he played that character on like 6 different shows. He ran it down on Stern one time. Like, that character, the name and everything is on like a bunch of different shows, which is weird. Like, because it was on Homicide, and then he was on these other ones, and they're like, you're the same character, you're the same guy, same name, wear all black, all that shit. He's the same guy. Have you ever seen his comedy? Because I haven't.
Well, he's in Scarface.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy that does. I've never seen his comedy really. Like he came.
Yeah.
You know, he was part of like the
80s.
I think the 70s.
70s.
Like the late 70s, early 80s, like the revolution of.
Right. The boom is what they call it.
Yeah, but he did something else too. I just can't.
He did
remember.
heroin.
Did he? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. For how long?
I don't know, but that was his thing. He's an ex-heroin addict.
What's going on, motherfucker?
Chilling. Just got back to town on Thursday.
So when did you leave exactly?
I left on the 4th of January.
And what made you just get up and go to New York?
Well, Ari Shafir, he put a thing on Facebook. It was like, I'll switch apartments with anybody. You pay your L.A. rent. I'll pay my New York rent. And, you know, that's what he said. And I was like, he's on Facebook. I immediately texted him. Like, I'm like, yo, Ari, just give it to me. You know, I didn't see any reason why I shouldn't go, and I wanted to go, so I went.
Was
you know? It was a pretty spontaneous decision.
Yeah, no, that's always the best ones.
Yeah.
And did you have a great time?
It was the shit, man.
3 months in New York City, the hard fucking winter.
I got real fucking used to it.
Bumping on trains, catching
a
slice of pizza here.
Slice, brews, ladies, sets.
A hot dog and sets and just
it was
no
the
responsibility.
Shit.
Yeah.
It was the shit. I loved it. And I did a little bit of road work, and I could take the train to it. You know, I didn't have to get on an airplane because everything.
You go?
I went to Syracuse. I went to Albany.
Both funny bones?
Yeah.
How were they?
They were fun. I liked Albany better than Syracuse, but they were still good. Syracuse is still good.
How's the Syracuse one?
Syracuse one's pretty good. I like Albany better. I mean, it's still fucking great.
Why? Why'd you like about Albany better?
Albany, they laugh more at my shit.
Okay.
Very simple.
And how's Albany looking these days?
You know how these funny bones are. You're always in the burbs, so it looked fine. But I was in Albany last summer, and it's cool. You know, lots of downtowns are coming together with they always put bars and restaurants and stuff in old factories and stuff. So Albany's going through the same thing. It's pretty cool downtown nightlife. I was there in June for one night, and it was fucking awesome.
They used to do comedy at the bus station in Albany.
Really?
Somebody used to book a room 20 years ago on a Thursday night at the bus station. So what you did was you took the bus from Manhattan to Albany.
Right.
Or the train, whatever the fuck is the train.
Yeah.
And you took a cab to the thing, and then you went to the hotel, spent the night.
Yeah.
And got back. The hotel was 3 blocks from the train station, maybe 4 blocks, a fucking real dive.
That's awesome.
When you got back on the train the next morning and you went, it was part of Rascals. Not Rascals, Bananas.
Okay.
They have Bananas up in fucking hell, don't they? In Nyack, New York. Something. Nyack
I know Go Bananas. I don't know Bananas.
Okay, the Go Bananas is in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I think Bananas is in Fort Lee, it's in New Jersey.
Okay.
Under the bridge. It's right there. That's what the one Bananas. And then they have another Bananas.
In Poughkeepsie.
And that
you look that up?
Let me tell you something.
You son of a
bitch. That's a brutal 3 days.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're in front of a fucking gas station and
a
hotel. And, guys like you and me, we just go up there. We figure we'd go up there, take the bus up,
right,
get in our room by 4.
Yeah.
The fucking hotel food was horrendous.
Dude.
And it was the hotel, like I said, and the gas station. All they had was chips, dog.
Yeah. I did a gig. The last gig I really, really, truly hated was in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The Comedy Stop. Bob Kephart went there when I got there.
When was this?
This was in May last year. I go there and they hand you a piece of paper that says, "Thanks for your patience with late payments." As in, you're not getting paid this week.
What?
You're getting paid whenever. 7-day work week. The crowds are fucking horrific. You're staying in the Ritz, which is Nucky Thompson's old joint. It's gone to fucking shit. It's horrible. I leave. This fucking club goes out of business. I never get paid for the shittiest fucking week I've done in a long time.
I'm surprised you even. If I got
Bob Kephart, Comedy Stop. Bob Kephart. He's a crook.
And you know what? He's been in business since Jesus left Chicago. He had a room in
since the
Vegas
70s or 80s. Yeah, I've done that one.
He had a room in Vegas.
It's the Laugh
also.
Factory now. Yeah.
So is everything closed in Atlantic City? I mean, is it just kaputs?
You got to be able to speak Spanish to order Italian food out there, dude. It's fucking. No, I don't think everything's closed. Everything's still going on.
A couple.
They still got a Hooters. Shit's still going on. The Borgata's still living large.
I went to Atlantic City twice as a consumer.
Yeah.
And it was okay to me. One time, me and my friend just went for crab legs. And while we were eating crab legs, I got a late gig in Connecticut. Like Roger Paul calls me, like a 9 o'clock gig in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And then I went there one time as a comic. And I knew that one time. And I went Pierre Cardin because it was with Joe. It was a Friday night UFC, and me and Joe went with like 6 of us. I think Ari was there, and I left him. I did the one night and left him. I went north. I didn't want to stay. I'm in Jersey. Why am I going to stay with you fucking knuckleheads? Let me go up to my family and see the family.
You know what, too? Someone offered me work that week, like last minute. They're like,
Kephart week.
Yeah. Whitney Cummings like, you want to work for me in Vegas? I go, I can't do that to them. I can't bail on them last minute. And then they didn't fucking pay me. Do you see where your morals get you, Lee? Always look out for number one.
It's crazy. You have to. And then I was talking to someone today, and she was saying that she did a job like at the beginning of the year, and her agent like it's kind of crazy how like the checks go to the agents first instead of the people who do the jobs. Like that must drive you nuts.
It depends what kind of job it is.
Okay.
If it's stand up, it should not go to your agent.
Nope.
Unless you're a millionaire and it's a $60,000 wire transfer to your agent, and he takes the commission out and he gives it to you. That's Kevin Hart type.
That's
shit.
crazy. I have to wait for it though.
Right. Now, let's say you do a commercial or a TV show or a movie. If you do a commercial, you got 30 days to get paid. Now, to some people, 30 days is like, okay. But when you're fucking living here and you're broke and you're doing $15 sets, you count the 30 days.
Oh, yeah.
You literally do. You
know when the mailman's coming?
I knew when the mailman... I used to wait for the mailman. I used to take action for the mailman. I had a Filipino mailman in Hollywood. I got to meet him and know him. I knew him fucking well.
Yeah.
What sort of action were you taking?
Basketball. He would always... Anything. He bet every night. I hooked him up with a bookie. He was my friend. I would see him and he'd go, I have a check for you. And I'd wait by the house till he came. My life was that mailbox. So for people who really don't understand...
Right.
30 days is a long time.
Long time.
Now you have film and TV. It's 10 days. If you pay SAG, it's 10 days. But let me tell you what happens. They do send it in 10 days. Your agent deposits it in their bank account. And then it takes 2 weeks. They slow foot you.
Yeah, she said it was called processing.
No, let me explain something to you. You've never, ever seen Joey Diaz harder than when you take my checks in those days. And I was expecting cocaine.
Yeah.
And that check went to my fucking wrong agent or something. I was with Daniel Hoff this last time for maybe 3 years. And I liked him. I got along with him. But when I first got with him in 2000, there was something going on with a check one time. I had been with them and booked a couple jobs and everything was hunky-dory. But there was one particular time I bumped into somebody. They're like, hey, man, Daniel Hoff is taking a long time with the check. And that's all I needed to hear. I did this job, and I fucking... Who's Ben Affleck's wife?
Jennifer Garner.
It was her show on ABC. Remember when she had
Alias?
that show? Alias.
Yeah.
That's... No, I'm sorry. It wasn't her show. I'm sorry. It was the other girl that had the kind of cop show, and her father was whatever. I did that show. I taped it right here on Lancashire at that disgusting strip club on the other side of Victory up there. I did it up there, and I waited for that check. Fucking 3 weeks. I was furious. Called the production company. They said, listen, when did you shoot the job? I said, on the 29th. They said, we sent it on the 2nd. It was like the 18th of the month. I was fucking hot. I kept calling the agent. We didn't get it. 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 What, that fucking mailman come on horseback? And I was on coke then, guys. I didn't fuck around.
Right.
I finally called him one morning. I just woke up and I said, listen, that check better appear today, bro. It has to appear today.
Yeah.
And I called them back at 5 and they said, the check is not here. I said, I'm going to go down there right now and talk to fucking Danny. And when I got there, my paperwork was on the wall with my check, and they had gotten rid of me as a client.
Really?
Yeah, because I knew them. I knew they were stealing.
Yeah. Are they still in business?
They're still in business, and I talked to them. I bumped into him at the vet. And like a gentleman, I went up to him, and I apologized. And he goes, I remember that. And he told me the whole story. He had a partner.
Yeah.
And he goes, if you come to my office, I'll show you the settlement and the whole thing. The guy robbed him for $208,000,
Right.
and he recovered $100,000, and the guy went to jail. Now when he comes out, he goes, but I paid all those checks. He goes, I'm still in business. He goes, if I would have robbed that, I wouldn't have been in business. He got convicted at the time. And there were a few agents that were taking clients.
Really?
Nick Turturro's agent took him for,
Jesus.
there's agents now that are comedy agents. There's an agent that was running a scam here that was booking you and telling the club to send him a check, and then listen, when it comes to film and television, I understand.
What about the
it's a process.
The casting agent who, like, last week just got fired from their show because they were running a casting workshop and then charging people to audition for the show.
Well, you got to remember one thing, that this spawn, what you have here is a land of suckers. Okay? When everybody gets here, the first 3 weeks, you're a sucker. Unless you have a friend that breaks it down for you. People will extra.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're going to get a SAG voucher. That's not going to happen. People become extras. Like, I had a guy that goes, listen, man, I'll make you an extra. In 1 week, you'll be in the movie talking. This is this guy's scam. I know that never happens.
Right.
But he's like, just let the director meet you. 1 week, you'll be on the set doing lines with fucking Leonardo DiCaprio.
Of course.
When I got here, Titanic was shooting.
Uh-huh.
And 4 different extra agencies had this account. It was a huge shoot.
Right.
When that boat went down, they had thousands of people on that.
Didn't you see Joey? He was in the band playing
So
violin.
they had people down there going to. They would tell you, listen, if you want work, they pay $119 a day in gas alone to go to Encinitas and back. Like, they would give you $120 just for gas to take the day trip. I mean, you could be in the Titanic.
Not a bad gig.
So they had a scam going. If you went down there and got chosen, they paid you the $120 for gas, and then they paid you the $300 for the day. But if you didn't get chosen, then you didn't get the gas. Something crazy. Something just fucking crazy. But a lot of people were going down there, but there was actually people that were selling extra work going, we'll get you in the Titanic next week. Become an extra, go on set, and within 1 week you'll be doing lines on Leonardo DiCaprio. There was a thing called Castnet when I first got here.
Yeah.
When you signed with an agent, you had to sign with them. We will not book you unless you're with Castnet. You know how many Castnets have been here over the years?
No.
80 of them.
Same name or
No,
same
it's the
business?
same stupid.
Yeah.
scam, something that you give them and they'll make casting easier. Put your headshot on this site and casting people go looking. No, they don't.
Yeah, job posting boards have that now. They're
no, they don't. Yeah.
Get premium for nothing.
Yeah, no, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. All that shit was bullshit. I'm so happy I didn't get involved in any of that shit at all. I didn't believe in extra work. I didn't believe in none of that. Like cast nets, you need to do this. Anything that costs money. Because what we have here is a bunch of kids that come out of college and they grow up watching Saturday Night Live. And they move here and they get daddy's credit card and they join Improv Olympic. You follow me? They get a brand new car and the dad goes, here's the deal. You got 2 years in LA to run your game.
Yeah.
And if in 2 years you don't make it, then you come work for me at the fucking box company.
Right.
In my 20 years here, I've known 5 kids that one day called me and said, hey man, I'm leaving. Where you going? I'm going. Rico was the last one. You ever meet Rico?
I don't think so.
D'Agostino's friend?
Maybe. I don't
He went
think
back
so.
to Boston. He owned the construction company. His dad owned the construction company.
Right.
So the whole time he was here, he was getting charged. I would wonder, what the fuck did this kid do? How does this kid party every fucking day?
Yeah.
His dad was cutting him a check. And he was doing little gigs around town for $50. But that's 60% of Hollywood. Like when you go deep into Hollywood in the inner.
Right. It's newbies.
Ivana Chubbuck. All those acting schools, when you're around, like I was fucking 40. I was 35 going to acting class.
Yeah.
And I would listen. I would have scene partners, and you'd have to go to their homes. And I'd die, Lee.
What would they say to you?
It was just, here I was struggling, doing spots at the store.
Yeah.
Dying. I'd go to acting class on Tuesdays. And he put me with somebody, and these guys lived like, the one girl lived on Wilshire. It cost me $8 just to park in her fucking parking garage. And it was like, she was like somebody's girlfriend, like on the side. So that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to act. So he took off her tattoos. He fixed her. She was a black chick from Florida that was gorgeous, but she was country. She was country. She had never eaten with silverware.
And he was just giving her a makeover?
Like some guy met her and just bought her an apartment. I mean, you could see if you looked at this woman, I'm sorry to say that, you could see that she was a racehorse. Like she was black.
And she
was fucking beautiful.
She got tattoos removed?
Like she was showing me, he removed all my tattoos. She didn't tell me who it was. I had a feeling who it was. She's a black chick. He's a white dude.
You know who it is?
I have no idea.
Okay, and she invited me over to her house to do the scene. We went for coffee a couple times. She was my friend. I forget what her name is now. This has to be 15 fucking years ago.
Don't feel bad. Bobby forgot too.
And her neighbor was Shaq.
Really?
Like her neighbor was Syatt. Like he lived right down the fucking on the other side. It was like every floor had 2 tenants. One of those apartments.
And the other tenant was Shaq.
The other tenant was Shaq in the penthouse.
He lived below, and you could see his head above the porch.
So he cleaned up her tattoos. He fixed her feet. She was beautiful. She
what
was
wrong
black.
with her feet?
Like she just had she never had shoes. Like one of those black people. I'm not even trying to be funny here. I mean, when I tell you this was. When she was telling me these stories, I was just sitting there. They shot a couple movies down there, and he met her.
Huh.
He knew her for like a year. He kept in touch with her. When she turned like 19, he goes, come on. I got a life for you. Come on. Move to L.A. I'll set you up an apartment, car. She had like an Audi. Like, it was all done up.
I always wonder when I see those kind of girls in like those cars. Like, and I guess that's kind of sexist. But then again, it's like young, like 18-year-old girls driving like Range Rovers out here. On a regular basis.
There was another guy.
It's either Elise or De Niro.
There was another kid that I met. I went to his house, and he lived in the heart of Beverly Hills. Like this kid drove to whatever. That's why you never know who the fuck it is at all in this town.
Yeah.
We did a couple scenes, and they started telling me who he was. Like his dad is a big composer or some shit. And his dad is always like in Europe. Like he sees his dad once a year. But they automatically send him like $32,000 every month.
God damn! That's a lot of money.
Could you imagine just getting that amount of money every month? I don't know what I would do. I don't know.
I met another kid that his father was a professional quarterback. And this kid, again, just for lack of confidentiality, guys, the father was a star in the NFL. I mean, major league star. And the kid, he probably never talked to this kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that this kid had a hole in him. He was trying to act. He was trying to do stand-up. I mean, he had him in dancing classes. He had him with a trainer. I mean, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
Like, I used to meet him, and he would show up and tell me about his day. He had a nutritionist. But the kid was just damaged goods because his dad never put the effort in all those years.
Right.
Like, never. The kid was, I mean, he was a sweet kid. He meant well. You know, it was always, he would call me and go, Joey, fuck that sandwich place. Let me take you to Mr. Chow. We'll do the scene at Mr. Chow. I know the people in the back. Like, he could pay off anybody, guys. And I felt bad. I would go, no, let's do the scene over there, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know what. And I bumped into him. Like maybe 5 years ago. He still hadn't booked anything. Still in acting class. Still with a trainer. He had a speech guy because he was from the South.
Right.
So he had a speech guy that came in 2 hours a day, guys. And worked with him on getting his accent taken away. Because he was, so, you know, Southern, you know. So early on, I bumped into these young kids. And it was a different exposure. And then when I'd invite them to the Comedy Store, Matt Fulchiron, their heads would blow up.
Why is that?
Because they had never seen that type of, like, I even met people from Improv Olympic. I met this really cool girl and her boyfriend. I met the girl first, and then she introduced me to the boyfriend, and they were in Improv Olympic. And they came to watch a Comedy Store on a Friday night. Like, I had like a great set in front of them, and they couldn't shut up about it. Like, they had never seen anything like that. They were around so many weak people.
Right.
At so many levels. Like, they
Yeah, and comedians too, like, even when they're struggling, they're still actually doing comedy.
They're doing comedy.
They're doing what they do. Whereas acting, you kind of got to wait around.
Auditions.
And
I really, you know, I wanted to attack acting from two heads when I moved here. I wanted to, I always thought this. Listen, at the time, I was a schlub at the store. So I would go to the store. Yeah, I'd get spots, but my spots were at midnight.
Yeah.
So guys like you and I at the time would go at 10 and we'd talk and shit. And what are you talking about? Lee shows up and tells me about the club in Memphis that everybody buys merch.
Right.
You know, everybody talks to you about that. It's a one-sided conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I went to acting class wasn't as much as not to act, was to see the lives of actors, to see if it was really what they fucking said it was. You know, but I went to the wrong place. I went to Havana Chubbuck, which is already like $200 a month.
Yeah.
These were all fucking kids.
Is that expensive?
Well,
I know it's a lot of money, but is it a lot of money for acting classes?
Acting classes now in Hollywood got to be $275, $300.
Oh.
Yeah.
Easy.
I went to Leslie Kahn and I saw what you're talking about.
Oh, God.
This one's a Playboy Playmate. This one's a fucking quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. And then, you know, just like you said, a bunch of pretty kids that kind of had some money and didn't really know what to do with their lives. And actually, too, some talented people, but, you know.
So
well, I learned a lot in acting class that I can apply to stand-up and stuff.
Absolutely. I'm not saying I didn't.
It was good.
How long were you at Leslie Kahn for?
On and off, really only a couple months at a time.
Leslie Kahn used to charge $100 for a half
for
hour.
Coaching.
For private coaching for a half hour.
Which is expensive, but also good if you don't know what you're going to do on an audition. And they go, just do this.
Yeah, but
then you know what to do. No, it's too much. It's too much.
Listen, what scale? 660. Okay? Listen to me, guys at home.
Break it down, Joe.
Probably 660 after taxes. You probably get overtime. Let's say you bring home $500, okay? So 660, that's low on taxes.
Yeah.
660 in LA if you're single, whatever. Let's say 500. So right off the bat, 660. You're sending out 10% is 60.
Right.
20% is 120, and you're punching out 100 for the fucking thing. So you're punching out $220 from $500. You're getting what? $280 to act on a major television show. You're gonna clear $280, if that.
And everybody out there listening, to pay attention to like what you're starting with. 660.
Oh, I'm talking about 60 for the day. You people are looking at my Joey. What the fuck are you talking about? That I make that in a week.
Right.
But that's what goes.
That's what you get if you're lucky out here.
If you're lucky out here
for that job.
But here's the other side of that. Like a guy like me, I'd pay the yardstick because I'd want to do the best performance I could.
Of course.
I take some of her advice. I was always not like, there's people that I know, stand-up comics, that they get to a certain level, and first of all, I'm not going for auditions, and second of all, I'm not reading for them that wasn't written for me. I think that's just a shitty idea. I liked going in and getting a fucking job. I wanted to learn how to go in and get a job. So when I signed up for acting class, for a few months, I actually hung out with those fucking knuckleheads from those schools.
Yeah.
And I was totally upset because it was like a little like Swingers. People coming up to me, going, "Oh my God, guess what? We're doing a scene from Titanic." And you look at them, "What the fuck are you talking about a scene? I want to get into the fucking movie." I don't want. Once I did 2 scenes, I was done. Like I was done. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
And I remember Tuesdays was I would go into acting class Tuesdays at 10. And it started like when I first started, I would go there every week religiously for like 90 days. Then I started popping auditions on Tuesdays. Mm-hmm. And I started working, and that was the first time I ever felt like I was doing something. Because I got to be honest with you guys, out of the 15 people in the class, nobody was working.
Right.
And they'd suck these kids in, and I'd watch it. I'd sit there and see these kids going, no, I'm not ready to go for auditions here. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Go out there, get in the mix. The only way you're going to learn how to audition is by auditioning and eating ass.
Yeah.
Is by
You'll
dying.
learn real quick.
Hey, listen, man.
Once you feel that pain.
Yeah, once you feel that pain, you'll learn. But these kids were petrified. They stayed out here. They bucked around. They did a play, one of those shitty plays they put in L.A., and they pack up their bags and leave. And the same thing happens for stand-up because they get in the lower circle echelon group where it's this fake camaraderie. Like, I'm going to go to your shows, and I bring my friend, and we come to your show and support. And then when no, I don't want no support. Listen, leave me the fuck alone. I do my shows, you do your fucking shows.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
But they're all part of that. And these people aren't really stand-ups. And they call, like, I meet stand-ups all the time. And I've never seen them before. You too.
Well, yeah, but I remember when you used to host the Comedy Store, and you would explain to the audience that some of these comics coming up are fucking Hollywood comics, and they think they got a cute haircut, so they'll be good at stand-up. And so I remember you explaining that to the audience. So you were thinking about this a long time ago.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because I saw the differences. I saw the people that you could start telling the people they're going to stick around for a few weeks, and you could tell the people that dove into this. And I've been wrong. Oh, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
I've been wrong about guys that have given me ear beatings, and I look for them. I'm out, and all of a sudden Matt Fulchiron approaches me and says, "My name is Matt Fulchiron. I saw you at Rogan. I really enjoyed you. I started doing comedy, and I do this and this and this." I'll start looking for Matt Fulchiron just to see if you're blowing smoke up my ass.
Sure.
Because I'm a comic.
And you also see guys that like don't have it, and then you turn around maybe 3 or 4 years later, and they're just killing it. Because that's the thing about stand-up that you're saying. You actually have to face the reality. It's not like, oh, if I get an audition, I'll do this. Pretty much a couple times a week you're going up and facing it. You get good really quick or you quit because you can't deal with the pain. Unless you're one of these people that's just delusional and doesn't really know how well they're doing.
Well, there's a lot of those. I came up in Denver with a lot of those. I just rehosted the open mic at the Comedy Store last Monday.
Oh, cool.
And I realized that years ago, if the list had 20 people, Lee, and I'm not talking, 8 of them were homeless people.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that there weren't any crazy ones that night.
Crazy people. And then
the scene was comedy was kind of dead back then. And so like there was this weird homeless person, like delusional, like I'm going to make it at the store thing. And a lot of people were really homeless. Or definitely a lot of people were crazy.
I was homeless.
Hey, I don't want to say homeless. I couch surfed, that's for sure.
You couch surfed. You were a different kind of homeless, I think.
I lived in my car.
Yeah, but you weren't like the crazy
No,
ones.
I wasn't combing my hair in a fucking pigeon puddle. But I was still homeless, and I knew what it was like, and I knew what it was like laying in that car thinking how I got to put pieces together to get into an apartment and what I have to do and get a security deposit.
Yeah, that happened to me after I'd been out here for like 10 years and I'd even been on TV and stuff. Like, I was like, it wasn't like I wasn't working and I was completely broke, but I didn't have enough for like a security deposit and rent. And so I was just kind of bouncing around, staying on people's couches and stuff.
I bounced around for a year out here, man, with no shame. because I think the people that let me bounce around on their couches or whatever knew how hard I was working.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I went out to dinner. Lee was busy. I called him. He was doing something. So I went out with Felicia, my wife, and another friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
And it was funny. On the way home, my wife goes, I have nothing against your friend, but this is like the third time you invited her out to dinner with us. And I was like, well, let me put it this way. She works 50 hours a week, and she makes dick. And in 1984, when I lived in Boulder, I never forgot this. This is comedy 101, guys, okay? You could write jokes. You know what makes a comic good? The story I'm going to tell you. You could write jokes, and you could perform every fucking night. But what makes you really good on stage is part of this fucking journey and getting to appreciate the big picture. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking you in the face like a man in Lee, I had nothing. I was making $10,000 a month and snorting every dime or giving it to a fucking attorney for child support. Mm-hmm. At the time, I was in my own personal.
How are you making $10,000 a month?
At the sports betting service.
Oh.
Okay. And at the sports betting service, I met this kid. Doesn't matter what his fucking name was. Kid from Connecticut. He was, if I was 32, 30, he was about 32. His wife was maybe 50. The ugliest woman God ever put on the planet. But her parents owned a huge line of restaurants, and they up and down the East Coast. And she was the heir, and she got a paycheck every month that would make both of us gag, three of us gag, what they sent her in the mail. And he leached onto her. But he wasn't a bad kid. This kid was not a bad kid. He had a high taste for money, and this was going to keep him in. He liked Porsches, those old Porsches. Uh-huh. And she had one, and he had one. They had matching ones, and they had the T-shirts. And, it was just crazy. But the point of the story is, I got to tell you something, guys, just so the people at home know the truth. I get home at night, and I had the Rocky apartment. I lived downstairs. I had the kitchen. I never turned the stove on.
Did you have Cuff and Link?
No, I had
Two turtles.
No, I didn't even have Cuff and Lift. I had a TV, a bench, a weightlifting bench with Olympic weight, and I used it as a dinner table and a writing station. And then I had a couch, and I had a bed that just fit in the room. Nothing else fit in the room. Mm-hmm. Like the bed was so big, it was so much bigger than the room that it just laid like that, And I never cooked. I always ordered out or ate shitty food.
Right. The life.
And these guys would call me. I had a pager, and they would call me, and I would finagle into the people that owned the houses. The downstairs, they had a phone line. I'd call him back, and I go, "What's up?" And he'd go, "Where are you?" "I'm home, bro." And he'd go, "You hungry?" He knew I was hungry.
Right.
And I go, "Yeah." "Why, what's up?" And he'd go, "Me and Mom are going to come over and get you." And I was doing stand-up then. I was really working it. I was really working it then, getting nowhere. Well, I took them to a radio show with me one night. Somebody invited me to do it, and I took them. They had a car. They drove me. I go, "I need a ride at 11 o'clock, man." They go, "We'll drive you." And they sat there, and they were like so happy for me. So they knew how hard this meant to me. And they'd call me, take me to the house, feed me, and then they'd both go to bed and fuck and go, "Joey, we have 200 movies here. Stay here and watch movies. We got weed. You got the balcony." I had to stay there till 3 in the morning in these people's homes, eat their food, smoke their weed, watch their movies. You know how many times they brought it up to my face? Never. She ended up dying, and I sent flowers, and he's still around Boulder, and he calls me once a year to say something weird to me or whatever. But, dog, for 6 months, they fed me. 3 blocks from them were the Koches, my buddies in Mississippi that, he used to have to pick up my daughter and bring her to my wife because the court order said, I would go to their house at night and smoke weed, and they'd say, "Do you want a chicken?" I didn't have money for food. But the point of the story being that this is what happens when you try.
Yeah.
When the universe knows you're trying, it takes care of you. I'm telling you right now, if you really want something and you really work hard at it, there's going to be months that you're light on the fucking rent, man.
True.
And
I've been through it,
Matt,
man.
you out. Car
through it.
payment, bitches, student loans. This shit adds up. I understand. Never mind addiction and fucking weed and booze,
Oh, yeah, come on.
And clothes and transportation and car insurance. And there's some months that you get ahead, and there's some months that, man, that somebody calls you on the 30th and makes your fucking month.
Yeah.
And that's when you become religious. You go,
Yeah.
there's got to be a God. No, it's called the universe.
Yeah, you know, when I was sitting there at that Atlantic City gig, hating life, thinking, what am I going to do in June? And I thought I was getting paid, too. That's when I thought I was getting paid. Had nothing on the books for June. Got a little text message from old Daniel Tosh. I was like, you want to go on tour with me next month? Fuck. Yeah. You know? That was in a month I thought I might be going out of business. Put me back in business.
You said I used to always think I was going out of business too. Like I'm 3 weeks away from going out of business this month. Don't bad.
Right.
And all of a sudden somebody calls you with a gig in Arizona.
Yeah.
Not the best gig.
But you're in business.
Not
still.
the best gig, but you're in business though. You just bought another week of your business.
Kaboom.
But then I don't understand why people leave. Like I get unless
Well,
you're gonna move in with family.
They were never in it in the first place. Probably.
But not even that. But like, let's say if you go out of business, if you're gonna move back home and live with family, there has to be someone out here you could live with. In theory.
I don't think people are willing to get down and dirty and really fucking go through it. I don't think most people are, especially if you don't really know what you're doing in the first place. See, Joe, you knew you wanted to do stand-up. You're already doing stand-up.
No, I didn't.
Well,
I'll tell you what happened with me.
Yeah, okay.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
This is all I had, Matt Fulchiron.
Yeah.
This is all I had at the time. I was 32. I had felonies. No matter what degree I had, could I get a fucking job?
Right.
You know, I was gonna be one of those guys with a tattoo, working at Subway. You know, like you ever go to 11 o'clock and that 50-year-old
sure
dude
have.
that has like a Pink Floyd shirt on. He was that cool from 1980.
I call it the ghost of Christmas future.
Right. But now life just moved a little too fucking fast.
Right.
And here you are at Subway sandwich with some 22-year-old telling you to go fucking mop.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to party and go see fucking REO Speedwagon at
Yeah.
the fucking State Fair with, you know, and fuck that boss. I'm going to see REO.
Yeah.
Okay. You just lost a job making $22 an hour.
But at least you got that cool tattoo.
Yeah, but you went to see REO. You smell my feet?
No.
They did the Adidas.
No. I smell roses, but
Sure. So
I didn't realize your shoes were off.
that was it. I had no options. When I turned to stand-up comedy, I said, I've done everything. I've been a cook. I've been a bartender. I've been security. I've sold coke, weed, shoes, neon. What didn't I sell? Insurance on the phone. What haven't I sold? If I go for this, I got to go for this. Number one, I got a 5-year-old daughter that if I go for this, I want to go for this to make her proud. Mm-hmm. Like that was the original plan. Like, let me go do this. And I'll come back in a couple of years and I'll fucking put this whole thing together. It didn't work out that way. That was the sacrifice. There's always got to be a sacrificial fucking lamb. There's a girlfriend who's left behind. Somebody's feelings are hurt that you're making the move you're making. Mm-hmm. There's always somebody who's going to be a little upset with you for you making the move you're making.
Right.
Or the decision you're making, because we can't please everybody. We always have a friend who's a schlep, who is too scared and he's never going to get it together anyway. He's doing comedy too, but he stayed. He fucking stayed and did whatever, and he had the excuses. It breaks my heart when I have a conversation with Matt Fulchiron at the Comedy Store, and I encourage him and he encourages me and we talk, and then one day a guy like that disappears. And granted, you may be doing comedy and whatever hellhole you move back to, but something just wasn't right.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So, and I've seen a lot of guys. And listen, what's the number one killer in a marriage?
I don't know. Money problems?
Yeah, that's what I was
Money
going to say.
After a while, unless you're fucking retarded, you get sick of this.
Right.
You get sick of this lifestyle. Only a retard like myself.
So you're calling us retarded?
I'm calling
No.
myself a fucking idiot.
I've been sick of it.
Listen,
You've been
man,
sick of it.
I got into this in 91. I got into this in June of 91.
All right.
Between us, at the time, I had it all. I had money in the bank. I had a truck. I had a car. I owned a condo. Everything was beautiful. By October, I got separated. Now I had every credit card in the world. That kept me going. 91, 92, selling neon, a little bit of coke, a little bit of weed. You know me. I'm a Renaissance man.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
A sprinkle.
Whatever you need to put together to pay the bills just to keep you alive. You know, in those days, it's very easy. Your rent is $4. Your car payment's $2.25.
Your coke is...
You throw $100 away a week on groceries.
Yeah.
You're throwing a deuce on fucking... I would add it just like that from the jump. Why lie to yourself? That's how I start a fucking month.
Right.
When I was first got into comedy, my rent was $400. My car insurance was $200. The car payment was like $129 or something like that. Okay, I spent $100 a week on shit for the house. What's that? Fat tire?
Yeah.
That'd be a fat tire?
Right.
English muffins, shit like that, bread with like fucking cheese, American. That's all I had at that house, okay? I spent $200 a week on fucking food, easy, which is really $800. Why am I putting $200 there?
A week?
Let's face it.
$200 a week on food,
Okay,
easy.
well,
We
yeah.
all do.
Oh no, I thought you said $800 a week.
No. So I would say 12, 2, 3, 4, 1,400. We need another $500 for cocaine. $2,000. I'm really making $850 a month with my job. We got to come up, and I would do it every month. I would make the fucking difference up to one, and I would put it on paper. Even if I had to bring a lawnmower back, my first 3 years of comedy were combat comedy, Jack. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Rent is due, bitch. What do we need to do here?
Right.
You know, somebody who's going to announce, let's front it. Let's make one move. Let's get out of this mess.
Well, you actually said something the other day that like blew my mind when you were driving with Felicia, and you were talking about like everyone has 4 goods and bads, like the cycles in their life, and for some stupid reason in my mind, like I'm working right now, and I'm like, okay, once I get to where I want to be, it's gonna be smooth sailing for the rest of my life, and I never really understood that
You're just beginning.
And like so like now that you're saying, oh, well, sometimes the money problems make people go home. You're always gonna have a bill. Like that's what I'm slowly coming to terms with.
No. We're not talking about.
Well, yeah, I know. Like
we're talking about 7 months in a row of minus $1,000. We're talking of 7 months in a row you're at the store lingering. You know what I'm saying? You know that linger in your eye. There's a linger in your eye. You're looking for food. A gig.
You're like, what bill am I going to pay? Do I pay this bill or do I pay this bill? What's the smartest move?
And it's a mindset, and it breaks people. It almost broke me. It almost broke me
a couple times, man.
Tell you, if I didn't have Terry, I would have been broken. It almost broke
at what point?
There was a couple situations where she bailed out that, and Terry wasn't making money, guys. My wife she was a waitress. 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week at the store. That's $400 a week. That's $16 a month. Rent was $7. The car payment, her school shit. You know, she was dead too. We were both dead. But you know, both of us helped each other. We always made the $7. It was $600 rent. I mean, a retard could, you know. So
yeah, but a retard wouldn't get sick of it.
And that's $15 sets. That's $7.50 at the Improv and $12, whatever.
Oh yeah,
$25 at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah,
and then Felipe and Willie Barcena.
Do you think it's possible to have a day job out here as a comedian?
Sure.
I recommend it. I recommend it.
I did it.
I recommend it. It's not. There's a point. There's a point where you can't have a day job no more.
But they'll let you know when that point is. It's because you're too busy. You're making too much money.
Busy.
So then, why are they minus $1,000 if they have a day job?
Because everybody wants to be fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. Everybody wants to be an artist. Everybody wants to live in the Chelsea Hotel, do heroin.
Well, then it's their fault.
Everybody wants to do blow, drink,
they
and
buy
live
into
like
it.
fucking Jax Teller, but they don't know that costs money. Every time you don't go to work and you sit there with that beautiful girl and you eat her pussy and you tell stories and you go to Chibo and drop that $60 lunch, that adds up. So I talked to Tommy Easter the other day, for example, and I told Tommy Easter something that I found out, that a lot of people don't realize why you got a job as a young comic in Los Angeles. You ready? If I'm at the point I'm at right now, and I have 9 people helping me, and agencies and managers, and I don't go out for auditions, what's Tommy Easter doing? So I told Tommy Easter to get a day job, something to supplement. You got to supplement. You know why? Because it takes your head off this nightmare.
One thing I learned from acting class, this guy, I just sat in on the class, Aaron Speisner, I think the guy's name was. He goes, you're going to be an actor? He's like, this is a business. And if you're a business, you need startup capital. Most people don't think about it like that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I don't want to have a job and do acting. But it's like, you need startup capital. You need headshots. You need to do all that shit they make you jump through. Like, remember when you had to buy actual headshots, Joey?
Fuck yeah.
You had to, like, spend money. You always have to spend money.
So it's
to be in
$200 for the
business.
headshots. Then you take it like an asshole to the agent. He picks 11 pictures out. Each of those pictures is $8. Then you got to take them back to him, and then he orders 3 of them, and it was 300 headshots for $99. If you went to La Brea and Sunset, that was the best, behind El Pollo Loco,
Yeah.
and he would give you $69 plus 200 business cards.
Right.
You know,
But those run out.
those run out.
So every couple months you got to go back and pay for it.
They don't know about all those little things.
And you got to get wardrobe. You got to fucking get gasoline. You got to do all that shit. You can't do it without income.
And not only that, I want your head to be fresh.
Yeah.
Because when you're not working, guess what you're doing? You're at home thinking about what you ain't got.
You're stressing.
When you're not working, you're at home thinking about what you ain't got.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who you are. When you're at home wasting time in the daytime as a fucking Joe artist,
Yeah.
I'm Joe artist. I'm going to take watermelon juice and throw it on the wall, and it
Right.
signifies. I get it, brother.
Is this the Joe Artist original?
But how are we going to fucking pay the rent? How are we going to pay the car payment? Listen, go over where the Agostino was and sell duct tape on the phone. You're still going to walk out of it $400 or $500 a week part time. Go over here on Cahuenga. You sell fucking ads for the cops. I know people who have no teeth who smoke crack all night. They walk out of it with $800 a fucking week. So
I'm surprised more comics aren't Uber drivers, to be honest.
if you're gonna
More comics are Uber drivers.
if you're gonna fucking sit there and just vegetate and write 2 fucking jokes and tell yourself how good you are that
Yeah.
you're gonna make it with this hot fucking blonde, listen, that dream goes away fast.
I'll tell you what. I had a half-hour special under my belt. Fucking big tours, lots of work, tons of TV appearances. 2013, I still took a job. I took a job because I didn't want to be like, how am I going to get to the gig? I took a fucking job. And you know it, I wasn't happy about it, but I did it.
Gotta take a job, man. I held the job till fucking 98. And I got no problems with no qualms with telling you people that. I started in 91. I held the job pretty much till 98. I was selling cigars. I sold other shit on Sunset. They had little offices everywhere. And when I got here, there was a guy on Melrose, 2 blocks down from the Improv. He'd pay you $10 an hour cash at the end of the day. Cash. $50, you'd walk out of there. You walked in. You know me. I walked in there at 9
For what?
to call fucking and make insurance appointments. It was just a bunch of fucking desks. And if you got 2 an hour, he gave you like another $50. You know how many times I walked in out of that 2 o'clock with a $100 bill in my pocket whistling? And what was I going to do from 9 to 2? Watch the news?
Nothing.
Jerk off?
You're going to
Fucking
jerk off.
talk to people. I could call them from there. I could use their fax machine.
That's another
So
thing.
you're doing me a favor.
That's another thing. I used
Come
to
on,
use
guys.
all the fax
This
machine,
is
the
what I'm telling
internet,
you.
and it got you up early and calling people.
Yes, you got to be involved.
Remember, I tweeted you at like 7 a.m. one morning. It was because I was at that job, and you called me up, and you were like, "Dude, you want to work in Irvine?"
That's
Because I was
right.
the only comic in L.A. up, so I got
That's
the
right.
gig.
That's right. That's right. But I'm telling you, my biggest advice, unless you, listen, you come out of here, you sign with 3 yards.
Yeah,
They're going to get you something to cover the nut.
right.
You know, there's management companies that all they got to do is pick up the phone. Listen, Lisa Syatt, what are you on down there? We have a stand-in. It's 3 weeks, but it pays 3 G's a week. Send
Okay.
them down.
Yeah.
Send them down there. I want them to see what a set looks like. The kid's from fucking Jersey. He never did nothing in his life. So for 3 weeks, you go down there and make 3 G's. You eat good food, and now that Lisa gets the ball going. You get an apartment, blah, 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 blah. And even then, let me see. I'm with 3 Yards. I'm with Principate or Young. I'm with one of these big management companies. They get you a job right through the door. That's what it is to be a manager. Like, listen, all this is great, but what do we got today? Who can we call
Yeah.
today for a quick
It's
gig?
like Richard Pryor said, "Hey, that's really great, but what are we gonna do on Monday?"
Yeah.
As in, how am I getting paid this week?
This is it, and that's what I always knew I couldn't go back. Like I knew I just wouldn't go back to Boulder like a loser like that. And I wasn't going to go back to Jersey, and people were going to ask me, "Hey, so what happened with stand-up?" It's rough out there.
And they
in LA.
want to know because they want to justify the fact that
And
they
I'm-
never left.
And I'm going to go back there and just tell people for the rest of my life I was in an Adam Sandler movie. And that's it. I don't even want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just one of my years.
Were people rooting against you, do you think?
Maybe not outright, but they do want to know that taking chances doesn't work. They kind of want that
No,
confirmation.
but I wasn't going to go home. Just it's in my DNA that I was just not going to go home hit. I was taking something out of here, a wing, an arm, a leg. I was taking something with me. I knew that going in because of the type of personality I am and the people I had in my life. When I told people I was involved in this, I didn't tell nobody for the first 4 years.
That's a smart thing to do.
I did this very secretly. It's like when I went to jiu-jitsu. First 3 or 4 months, I didn't tell nobody. Nobody needed to know. Let me see if I like this before I go telling people I'm going to be doing arm bars and shit.
Smarter than me. People would be like, my first week doing open mics, people were like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a comedian.
I did comedy for maybe 2 years. I was awful. I had a couple of jokes, and I went home. My friends asked me in '93, what are you doing now? And I go, I'm trying to do stand-up. And they go, they do stand-up right down the block.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, where? I'm like, down. I go, yeah, no, I'm in the city. Like, no. Meet us there tonight. I get there, there's like 20 of these fucking savages there snorting blow. And the guy's name was Gonzo. We're still dear friends. Till today.
Was it because of his nose?
No, they just call him Gonzo. He runs a bunch of comedy rooms in Jersey if you ever need work in Jersey.
Okay. I'm going to call Gonzo.
Yeah, he's got them all. He's got one big show down the Jersey Shore. And I went up to him and I go, hi, my name is Joe Diaz. I've been doing comedy 2 years. Can I get on the show? He goes, this is a public access show. He goes, this is just for professional comedians. Man, I'm sorry, but give me your number and I'll try to get you on. About 30 minutes later, the guy comes over. He goes, hey, man, I'm putting you up for 4 minutes at the end because your friends threatened me. So he put me up.
Nice.
And it was brutal.
I
did well. You want me to tell you something? I did well in front of my friends because I made fun of my friends.
Right.
I talked about Lebrano, that he stuttered, and, except when you give him the crack pipe, then he don't stutter, and he's like fucking Pavarotti singing opera. So they all laughed, and we got it. And then I got their support. Once they saw me kill, but my friends, if they would have seen me bomb the first time, every time we would have get 3 drinks on us, they would have started on me. But we would have talked about that. That joke wasn't that funny. Oh, yeah, they're those type of people. So
you had to do well.
I kept them at bay for a few years. Do you understand me?
Because you need to get in there without your friends and loved ones putting their input in. They might even tell you not to do it at all.
So how do you do bringer shows then if you can't tell your love?
Well, you don't have to do bringer shows. That's number one.
I did them in New York. And
I did them here.
And I brought some of my friends, and they go, we liked it. You were funny. But that guy at the end was really funny.
That's the thing.
And it would bum me out. But I go, hey, my friends are here at least, and they're here supporting me. And someday I'm going to be that last guy. For some reason, I never had patience for anything. But when it got to comedy, since I hadn't had patience with anything else, I started to get patience. And I asked a lot of questions, and I kept my mouth shut. But I knew all along that everything else is bullshit. It's about getting on stage. I'm happy you had it set. The day he comes, I get there an hour before to set things up.
I do.
Get on stage.
And then
comics ask me all the time, how do I become a comedian? Write all day, get on stage every night. Easy. And, hard, but that's how you do it.
You used to do with me. Are you fucking kidding me or what? Dropping it like a motherfucker. Here, let me get some shout outs here. Kevin for coming back and setting the camera up and some albums on the wall. We got Santana Abraxas and Led Zeppelin 2 and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath and Def Leppard High and Dry. Just did a fucking great job. I want to thank my man Jeremy Slaygoth, my main comic over there in fucking Vegas, tearing it up, Freddie Correa, Talking Lair, who I got to call. I go to bed early every night, so I don't call him no more. I used to call him after midnight and talk shit with him for like an hour. Edward Spartan, Pat Shea, another motherfucker making it happen with a real estate suit, fucking podcast. Peter Mandabar, I love you, cocksucker. Aaron Heath, Mark Thomas, Aku, Tessa Pedino. Tessa Piano, I love you, cocksucker. And Chris Davila over there in Austin, keeping it down for us, Lee Syatt, you bad motherfucker. So, there you go. You had me all depressed. You're not barking tonight. I thought the girl broke your heart. You know
No,
what I'm
I was
saying?
barking from the street.
Fuck it, Jack.
Fuck it.
So you're back now for how long?
Yeah. Indefinitely.
Okay.
You know.
And
This is my home.
How
This
long
is-
you been doing stand-up for now?
Since 1998. So 18 years this year.
And how's it feel?
It feels good when I'm on stage. You know, I feel like I got some chops. You know?
It's funny
I feel
'cause
like I do something special.
I'm going through peaks and valleys right now, and I'm way in a
Yeah.
fucking deep hole with comedy. I did the thing. And it's funny because when I was up there on stage with Joe Friday night, the material sucked, but my experience got me through.
Yeah.
Like I could feel the experience getting me through. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just weird.
Can I ask you a question? That could you hear it? Was it echoey to you as a performer? Because I've never been backstage with like at a theater like that, and it was like I don't think I could have focused and been able to, like, it was really coming back.
Were you in the audience though?
No, I was backstage.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
Theaters work completely different. You know, I'm thinking of shooting the special, and South Point was too big.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I had some ideas of where I was going to shoot it, and we had to change everything. I was talking to Ari, and Ari was like, "What do you really want to do? You know, where are you your best?" And I narrowed it down to the best 3 comedy clubs that when I get on stage, 5 shows, it goes down. Like they get me from beginning to end. There's never like a ooh or an ah, or there's nobody politically correct, or. And I really want to do it in the comedy club. I don't want to do it in the theater. I'm not effective in the theater. Not at all.
Oh, it's a different thing.
It's like when I go for Latin auditions. When I got a call and it's for Hector, and I tell the agent, yeah. The more I read it, I go, this is a waste of a drive. And I'll tell you why. Because I have zero confidence in Hector as me playing Hector. I might make it a producer's because of my chops.
Right.
But once they look at me, they're looking for a certain type. And even though I may be Cuban and my last name is Diaz, I don't look like what America perceives me as fucking Hector. Do you follow me all the way at the
Absolutely.
end? So I know this going in. It breaks my heart when I have to call an agent back and go, hey man, I'm not going in for that. So I tell them right from the beginning, don't send me in for Latin auditions. Because I'll tell you I'm going to go. But that night after I smoke a joint, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself. I'm going to look at where it is and realize traffic and think about it, and you're a dead man.
You talk to your agent like that? You say, after I smoke a joint, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself?
I ask him a different way.
Yeah.
My commercial, like I'm debating whether to sign up with a commercial agent right now.
Right.
But if anybody knows commercial auditions, they're a fucking pain in the ass.
Uh-oh.
Who's there? Oh shit! Boo hoo 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 hoo. If you know anything about commercial auditions, they're really a fucking pain in the ass.
Sure they are.
It's a big. You gotta go and sign in, and they're running late, and it's always on the fucking Ocean Parkway.
There's 80 hectares there.
Yeah, and you gotta go down there, and then. So I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, but it also gets you out of the house. It's part of what we do. It's a number.
Sure.
You know, that's the
You
other
never know
side
who
of
you're going to
it.
meet.
You never
You felt
know
like
at
you
those
did
auditions.
something.
Sometimes you go to those stupid commercial auditions, you bump into people. I like going over the one over La Brea. That's the best commercial spot because I go downstairs to Petco. I pick up a little something for the cats while I'm waiting. It's not
Yeah.
a waste of a fucking day.
Well, you're always going to see some ass there and a comic you know.
Oh, no, there's always...
You
and
know?
it's funny because when that kid won the Oscars for Modern Family, the chubby gay guy,
Yeah.
at the end of his speech, he said, I just want you to know, goes for my agents. I went to every audition I was sent on, even Ocean Avenue on a Friday afternoon.
Right.
That's how common it is for people to go, we're not going
Right.
down there. And Ocean Avenue is very easy. It's 405 to the 10. In the way back, it's a fucking nightmare because you got to come over that bridge. There's an earthquake. You start thinking about San Francisco against the Oakland fucking whatever.
It's a couple hours getting home.
It's a couple hours to get home,
Yeah.
especially on a Friday. It's
I used to work only work in LA for TV is in Santa Monica, like 90% of it. so you just get stuck. I would just stay and watch movies.
Yeah, that's the move. That's the move.
And that's why even like Damon was always smart. When Damon was always unemployed, he always stayed busy.
That's how all
And
these
I used to
podcasts
go-
started, man.
I used to go, why does Damon do this shit? I'm collecting unemployment. I'm at home smoking dope all fucking day. But if you don't do something, you won't generate work.
That's the thing. Sometimes if you don't have any work, and you don't even have a spot, you just go out to the improv or the store. Next thing you know, you're
Your world
working that
changes,
week.
and right away we're back to nothing happens on the couch.
Nothing happens on the couch.
You might be on the couch. Yeah, I'm on the computer sending out resumes. That
No.
ain't gonna do it. If fucking what's his name calls you and tells you he's on the set, go down and eat lunch for free.
Yeah.
You're gonna bump into somebody you know, and they're gonna go, "Hey man, I didn't know you weren't working. I'm shooting a movie next week," and there you are going, "Jesus Christ, I'm gonna sit home and tape a Fort Apache to Bronx and watch that for lunch with a tuna fish sandwich." Nothing happens on that fucking couch. But the universe will give you back. Sometimes the universe... The other day we were talking about giving the universe a VIG. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the universe gives you that VIG back. It's like putting money in the bank sometimes. Sometimes out of somewhere, it just repays you. Some of you'll bump into and go, "Hey man, didn't you shoot that video with me about a year ago?" "Yeah, we sold it. Give me 5 minutes, I'll give you a check." And you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Just because you went out that night or did something. I went out one night years ago. Broke. 97. Broke. I send out one of those backstage stupid things.
Right.
Backstage comes out here on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Most people buy it on Thursdays. I was always ahead of you. It came Thursday at 5. Wednesday at 5. I was there about Wednesday about 6:30. 7-Eleven Curson. I would run home.
Dude, that's where I used to live.
Curson, the best
Right
place
there,
in
yeah,
town.
yeah.
That's a hot little block.
Yeah.
Doug Stanhope's block right there,
Yeah.
down the middle of the block there. And you run back home and I'd fill out those things. Or I'd bring it back, go out, get Coke, and do a spot, get Coke, and come back and stay up till 4. And I'd do like 8 submissions. You know what? If you send them out Thursday, they get them Friday.
Right.
And they call you for an audition on Saturday. They don't have big budgets on those. I'll never forget that I went for one of those, and on the way out the guy goes, "Come here for a second. Give me your name. Write it down here. You're not right for this." And he goes, "This is going to suck." I'll never forget this. Is Saturday at Gardner Stages, downstairs, where at the end of the audition, they sat us down and said, "By the way, we're giving you each a paperwork. The only way you get booked in this movie is if you get investments." That was 97, Lee, 98. That's how crazy this town was then.
How much of an investment did they want?
$5,000 to start. It started at $5,000 to get a role,
And you had to audition?
and after $5,000, the more your donation, the bigger the role got. So people were actually trying to get investors that were the actors in this movie. I'll never forget that. And me going, "What? Are you fucking crazy?" So
How do these people who run these scams sleep at night?
on the way out, the assistant to the dude, pulled me aside and goes, "Listen, I'm shooting something next week. You're fucking perfect for it. Write down your number." And I thought it was bullshit. Sure enough, 11 o'clock Saturday night, he calls me up. He goes, "Listen, man, can I meet you tomorrow by the Coffee Bean on Sunset?" I go, "Sure." I thought he was like a creepy gay guy who's going to suck my dick or something. I got there, guys.
That's an investment.
I got there, guys. And he goes, "Listen, you have to sign a thing of legal confidentiality agreement." I go, "Okay." I signed the thing. He goes, "You're going to be working with 2 actors, well-known actors. You can't repeat this. You're going to shoot a scene from a movie so we get foreign investment in. You're going to pay you're going to pay a New York City cab driver." I'm like, "Okay, when do I do it?" He goes, "Right now. We're going to go get your wardrobe. Follow me in your car. We're going to get your wardrobe, and it shoots tonight at 1 a.m. downtown." Like it was hush, fucking hush.
No permits, you're saying?
No, everything was on the level, cops, but they didn't want nobody to know that these people were shooting this. So it was like maybe 6 people on the shoot, and they gave me, it was 2 nights, I think they gave me $500 a night or something. I had 1 line. And when I got there, it was Michelle Pfeiffer and the dude who was a James Bond for a while. Good-looking dude that had the show.
Timothy Hutton?
No.
Can you say this?
Pierce Bronson?
Pierce Bronson. It was 1998. If it was going to happen, it was going to happen.
Okay.
And it was a movie about, she's an actress a well-known actress, and he's a theater reviewer, and he gives her a bad review, and it was like a love story based on that thing.
Right.
And I picked him up at the theater and dropped him off. He gets in the cab, they get to an argument, and that was it. I shot the first night. The second night they wired the cab, we did the inside. I got home like at 6 in the morning. They fucking paid me cash. No excuses, no mailing address. They just started peeling off hundreds. And I went home and I never heard another fucking thing. I never saw the movie developed, so obviously it didn't get made, so that's why I could talk about it. But if I wouldn't have gone to that Saturday morning audition at 9 o'clock, I would have never got that.
Yeah.
Do you follow me?
I was we were talking about couch
What'd you bring,
surfing.
Damon? Shit! Oh shit! Damon showed up
Dozen
with
donuts.
Lee, you did kettlebells today. You could fucking kill it.
You can have about 8 of those.
I'm trying to be good.
Well, you're trying to be good. Well,
I'll have
trying
one.
ain't gonna work for you tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Did you guys hear about the crazy thing people are doing to fast food restaurants?
What?
It happened all over. It happened last a couple nights ago in Minnesota. They're calling and pretending to be the fire department, saying there's a gas leak and we need you to break your windows or else your building is going to explode. There's video of this of all the employees smashing the windows, and the fucking manager rammed his car into the building. And it's fucking fake. They did it over 6 different fast food restaurants, causing $10,000s worth of damage. It's fucking
And
crazy.
it's just for sport?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
People are idiots.
So people were saying hurry up. We just got a call from the fire department. Break all the fucking windows.
Yeah, I hope this isn't a fake story. I think it's real. I thought it's the Guardian. It's a real story, Damon? Okay, thank God. I didn't want to get those
Now, where'd
tweets.
they do it?
Let me check. They did it in a bunch of places. They did it in Tucson. They did it in Phoenix. And they did it in Moreno Bay, California. And I think it was Minnesota. It was this one. So they've done people are just somehow convincing them that they need to break all the windows.
Fucking hilarious. Matt Fulchiron, why the depression tonight? Talk to me.
I'm tired as shit. I told
Time
you I've been
change.
doing all I've done since I got back is work on my taxes, which fucking ultimately I'm wondering what's the bill gonna be. I don't want to pay it, whatever it is. I don't want to pay it, and so I'm worn out from the calculator and the receipts and the this and that. I've also been getting up early. That's not my style. I'm fucking worn out, Joey. That's all I can tell you.
You know what, brother? It gets easier. You're paying your dues, and that's all that fucking.
No, I mean the
If you were
reason
dicking
why
around-
the reason why I'm not looking forward to this is because I had a good year last year, which means this is the time of year you hate
Yeah, you hate April.
when you
You're
had a
like,
good
"God
year.
damn it."
You wishing you had a bad year all of a sudden.
Like, God damn it, really? That's
Yeah.
how much? And you
You get the bill.
can't believe how much they want. And even after deductions, and the guy always saves you $20, you're like, can't you save me some more shit?
Yeah, I know.
You know what? Take that fucking sheet out of there. Throw me that pen, Damon, over there. I remember in 91, I was working right before I got fucking divorced. I was working for my in-laws, and I remember the year before, I made good money, legally, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I curbed some fucking cars. I worked as an estimator. They paid me good money.
Mm-hmm.
And what I paid, fucking just that pushed me over the top. The first time, I was like, I can't believe it.
They didn't take taxes out right away, or you calculated that?
No, they were paying me $900 a week. Then they 1099 me at the end of the year. And guys,
You got the bill for half.
Oh.
For half of what they gave you. And there's still potholes.
And the first year I paid it. But after I got divorced that year,
Yeah.
I ripped that motherfucker up. I'm like, I'm not sending this in.
Yeah.
And I got a return from them that year. And then the following year, I'm like, you know what? I ain't sending nothing in no more. And I didn't send taxes in from 91 to 2003.
Did they ever call you?
Yeah, they called me. Yeah,
I
was
heard.
a fucking ghost, dog. Listen, there's a way to live, and there's a way not to live. I could teach you how to be a fucking ghost. Did you not hear me say I didn't get mail at my house?
Where do you get it?
I would get it over at Gavin's house
All right.
in those days. So I lived on Schrader. I lived on the other side of Hollywood, but I got mail on Schrader.
So did Gavin get calls for you?
No, and I put like a fake number. If you call my number in those days, unless you were an employer, it was very rough to have my number because it all went through a pager. It all went through a pager, my friend. I screened everybody like a motherfucker.
I heard a club owner recently told me, and I'm not going to mention any names. There's a comic on stage. He's headlining. He's in the first 2 or 3 minutes of his set. Somebody walks up to him and hands him a piece of paper and says, "You just been served for child support." My man got fucking busted and served on stage, and he still had to do like 42 minutes.
Let me tell you something. You guys have no idea what it's like to owe every credit card.
I don't.
And in those days, I used to be an open mic MC at the Broker on Tuesday nights, and I dated the owner's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I started caving in, owing money, there was no worse feeling I had. When I started caving in on the first day I couldn't make that first credit card payment,
Yeah.
it destroyed me. It destroyed me. And then it went into 5 days, because usually they give you 5 days. There was no 5 days. It went to 10 days, and I knew I was done. I just went through all of them. I had 19 different people calling me, but I'll never forget a specific night when I got there. And the girls that I was dating came up to me and gave me a sheet of paper. And she goes, "This guy keeps calling here from American Express. You know, says you owe him money or something." I was never so fucking embarrassed.
Right.
Like, this guy got my fucking number at...
Dude, same thing happened to me about 3 years ago, and they started calling my family. Because Fulchiron ain't exactly a common name. So my folks, my brother, they're pretty easy to find. That's fucking embarrassing, too.
A couple of years ago, I'm shooting. I go down to Hollywood. Some fucking jerk-off tells me to go to this dentist. I go to this dentist. He does me a solid. Then I go back again. He breaks me on the root canal. No, he breaks me. And he goes, "Listen, you need a root canal. I don't do root canals." I go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He goes, "You got to go down the block. There's a guy waiting for you down the block right now. I already called him. He'll do the root canal." I said, "Okay." Now I got SAG insurance. I go down there, the root canal, whole fucking thing. Pay whatever the fuck you pay up front. Whatever the fuck you pay. Copay, and that's it. You go home and they bill you. I never got a bill from these idiots. Never got a bill from this motherfucker. My wife called. They said they sent it or whatever. We never got it. Do you know I'm fucking shooting a commercial, a Sprint commercial, and my phone's buzzing. I pick it up and it's a collection agency. They mailed the fucking check to the wrong place, and they just took me right to fucking collections without calling once or anything. And here I am on a fucking set of a Sprint commercial, getting embarrassed on my own. And this motherfucker kept calling me. You know what he called me? And my agent, you know what he did? He got my agent's number and he called me. They have a way now to get Lee's number and call me from Lee's number.
A burner.
So you'll pick it up.
Misdirection, yeah.
You'll pick it up and they'll go, "Joe Diaz, it's Damon. You owe American Express $8,000. You're like, "I thought this was Lee." That's how fucking cricky they are.
The best part is about calling you, though, is even if it's your friend, you're going to go, "What's up, cocksucker?" So at least you're starting the conversation off right.
No. I get them because they always call looking for Jose Diaz.
Ah.
So they expect some guy saying, "Oigo, hello, ¿quién habla?" And I'm like, "Hello," and they're like, "Is this Jose Diaz?" And I go, "No, it's not." "Well, he gave this number. This ain't Jose Diaz, dog. Let me ask you something. Do I sound like fucking Jose Diaz to you? Don't call this fucking number no more." And they disappear. It's beautiful. It's like fucking poetry in motion.
Yeah.
I need to change my name.
Yeah, Jose Diaz with the accent. So if they call you looking for fucking Maria Consuelos, you know, they're all expecting to hear, "Hello, ¿quién habla? No sé, no está. ¿Qué está diciendo, güey?" Nothing. They just fucking, you just talk to them like this. "What's going on, guy? There's no Jose here. Do I fucking, you hear guitar music in my fucking house?" No.
What name do you use?
When they do call me, they don't ask.
Oh, but you're not like, "I'm not Jose, I'm Mike George."
I don't say nothing you're not supposed to say. Why contradict you? I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, the
Are
less
you
you
Jose?
say, the less you pay.
Are you Jose? It doesn't really matter. I'm not Jose. What is your name? It doesn't really matter, does it? Don't call this number, no, bro. Do me a favor.
I mean that favor.
Do me a fucking favor. What's wrong with you?
Do us both a favor.
And they'll stop because they'll tell the boss, this isn't him. I just called. It's a fucking white dude that sounds like a soprano. Yeah, Jose Diaz. He's a Spanish dude. No. So I throw him the fuck off. Who do you think you're dealing with, guys? Come on. Huh?
Come on.
I've done it to
Who's
cops.
better than you, Joey?
I've done it to cops, like Jose Diaz. No. What's your name? Mike Ferguson. Where's your ID? In my friend's car. What friend? Matt Fulchiron. Where is he? I don't fucking know.
He's on Curson. He's at
fucking
7-Eleven
left
on
him. I went to eat at
Curson.
his house last night. He took the fucking car. And what do you think I'm doing here? Stuck. Why do you think I'm fucking here? Because I want to be here, officer? And you start talking. Just sell it. But you got to sell it. If you don't sell it, you're not going to get nowhere. Listen, they caught me in a hotel room stealing in San Francisco, and I talked the 2 cops out of it. Chasing the fucking maid. I went into her room with her keys. They went to go in their room. I locked the top fucking lock on them. They went and got the cops. I was on the 3rd floor. I couldn't jump off the fucking building. I talked the fucking cops out of. I was running down the hallway and I took towels and the maid chased me. I didn't want to fucking prosecute. I've been in the building for a month. You have no fucking idea, but you got to sell it. You got to keep fucking selling it. What, are they going to take me down for fingerprints? Now they got me. But even there, I'm not giving you dick. You understand me? Even there, I won't break. You ever see Rambo in the second one? When the Russian had the big knife and he said, I'll put the fucking thing in your eyeball? He didn't break. The Japanese chick shot into the building and saved him, but you never break. You just keep riding that motherfucker.
Right. That's why you were good at auditioning right away, right?
Yeah, even when they show you the paperwork, I'm still fighting it. I don't know who that is.
What'd you say to the cops again to get out of it?
Which one?
In San Francisco.
I told them that the maid, that I had taken towels from the truck, and the maid chased me. She was really mean.
Uh-huh.
And I ran into the fucking room to hide, and I thought she was going to go away, and that's when I was going to sneak out. But in fact, they came back with the cops.
Right.
The cops listened to my story. They did an NCIC. I told them how I lived in the building. The landlord came up and said, he ain't no problem. He's been here for like 3 months. This has never happened before.
Right.
Then he let me go. The landlord came over to me. He goes, this wouldn't be who's robbing, what's his name? There was a bookie in the building. I'd clean him out every Monday. He sold me. He had those football tickets, like an old guy. He'd have $400 or $500. I was a chump, you know. So that's when he put it together. And I left. No, I didn't leave. I stayed there. And the next night, he knocked on the door and he goes, hey, I just got the call from San Francisco police. I want to know if you're still here. The people were Germans, and they went to the embassy and told their story and complained. So they called the police department, so they're not going to come and arrest you for burglary. But there was nothing missing from their room. So that's why they couldn't arrest me at first. So now the Germans got so mad I was in their room that they were going to come and arrest me. So by the time the cops got there to arrest me, I was on a bus to fucking Reno, Jack. Right around the corner.
Jose Diaz.
Jose Diaz fucking en route to Reno like a fucking doctor. It's crazy. But you have to sell it. Now you're dead. Now they take it to the... See, in the old days, you went down there and got fingerprints. Unless you stabbed somebody in the eye, it wasn't a priority. It went into a stack.
Why is it different nowadays? Because it's all
Because
computers?
everything's on computer.
Right.
As soon as you put your fingerprint on it... In the old days, they took ink, and you put your finger on it, and then you put it on a piece of paper.
Right.
And you did this, and you put it on a piece of paper. In today's world, once you put your fucking 4 fingers on that pad, everybody gets alerted. It's the fastest credit score.
Right.
You have no fucking idea how those fingerprints go through the system.
Instantly.
And they start picking up little things. Now it's a complete different world. Now they have a problem with identity. They just say, listen, you're going to the station. Listen, don't worry about Matt Fulchiron's car and his license. We're not going for it no more. Come on.
Yeah.
They take it to the station. They put your fingers on there, ask you if you say who you are.
Are you the full charge?
Are you the full charge?
I don't know nothing about that full
you start
charge.
barking and shit.
I mean, no.
And all of a sudden, a sheet comes right in front of you.
Right.
And the kid who robbed my identity, he used the bank card. He got arrested one time, and he used my name. And the cops knew. He's Italian. And they're like, so your name is Jose Diaz? He's like, yeah. He kept saying it. They came back. He said they came back with a scroll. And And they're like, if you're Jose Diaz, let me tell you a little bit about yourself. And they just started dropping charges on him where I had warrants.
Put on a pot of coffee.
And after about 20 minutes, he started yelling, no, I'm not Jose Diaz. Now, it's amazing what's on the computer now. But I know for a fact that a lot of the things I did early on disappeared. There's so many things that disappeared in the beginning.
They never made it to the computer?
Never made it to the computer.
Thank God. Well, does it still affect you at all?
The thing that destroys me was the car.
What car?
I left the car one time. I walked away from the car, Damon. You know me, I don't fuck around, Damon. I went to start it. I smelled some smoke. I heard zzz, zzz. I fucking turned the car off, dog.
And walked away?
And walked away. Went to the train, took the train. I said, fuck it, I'll come back in 3 days. Wrong answer. By the time I got there, it was a skeleton. It was a fucking skeleton.
Yeah.
I didn't call the bank. I didn't call the cops. I was 19. Why did I give a fuck? Never did I hear word one. Not word one about that car. No credit report. No nothing.
Did you have payments on it, or was it yours?
I had payments.
And you just didn't call anybody?
Nothing. I just went to Colorado.
Right.
I just picked up a month later and moved to Colorado. I got time for this shit. Calling cops and doing paperwork. In those days, I didn't believe in none of that shit.
Next time you're on set, you're going to get a call from New Jersey.
I got another call.
You'll be doing a Chrysler commercial.
Dog,
Is this Jose Diaz?
I got another call one time. All right. Nice car. We're not even going to get into specifics. I was a little crazy. I had just gotten divorced. I said, I'm going to get a fucking badass car in Boulder. I got a badass fucking car with a tremendous sound system and a CD player. And I went and bought a bunch of CDs and shit. And I ran this car like a savage. I did 90 everywhere. In the snow. And finally, I bashed up the fucking ring. And I was going to rob a dealership and take one of their cars and switch the rims. Because the rims were $2,000 a piece. That's stock. And I ruined 2 of them. So I was down 4 G's. I hadn't made a payment on this car in 6 months. I had to put the car in the garage under a fucking...
tarp?
Up under a tarp. You have no idea. Everybody was looking for this car. And one night I'm sitting there scratching like a fucking junkie. And I'm like, I gotta get a package. Because for me to get my dick sucked from this girl, I gotta show up with a package.
Right.
Even if
That's
it's
just
a little,
life.
Even if it's a little package. And I said, what? And I went in my drawer and there was checks from Discover.
Oh, yeah.
They send you when you get the card.
And you can just write checks with them, like their money.
And let me tell you something. I hadn't paid that Discover card in like 120 days. And I took that check and I wrote it out for $1,000.
Yeah.
And I took my fucking chances. But little did I know, I forgot it was the same check. It was the same bank where I took the car loan from. Okay? So, this is how retarded I am, people. This is just to let you know, you're not dealing with no fucking genius here. And it's 12 o'clock at night. The bank is open till, I'm lying to you guys, the bank is open till 12 on Saturday nights. I'm going to fuck with their world. I'm going to show up with this check at 10 to 12. I show up with the check. I write my account number. I put the check in. All of a sudden they go, Mr. Diaz, how do you want this? I go, I don't know, because I told them I'm going to put $500 in the account. Just give me $500 cash. All I needed was $100 bill to get my party started. This bitch looked back at me. She goes, so how much do you want to put in the account? And I go, how much do I need to put in the account? She goes, just $100. We'll give you $900 cash. Give me the fucking $900 cash. I tore out of there. I went and got an 8-ball. I went right to the broker. I got fucking lit. That Monday at 9:01, my fucking phone rang. And it was the bank going, hey, dog, listen, we got a fucking problem. We could call the cops on this, but we're not. We're going to keep this in-house. We need you here in 1 hour with $900 cash.
So just bring a bunch of Coke?
Dog, there wasn't a dime left. There wasn't Coke. There was nothing. I had so many things going on those days, bro.
Yeah.
It was like robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Did you get laid?
Yeah, and I walked into the bank, and the lady goes, "No, what we're gonna do is just tack it onto your bank loan."
What?
We'll tack it onto the car loan.
Is it this bank stayed up till midnight on Sunday? On Saturday?
Saturdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
So they're up to some shady shit too.
It gets better about this bank, but hold on. That car, I had to drive that car to do comedy, and that's it. Besides that, it was like I'm telling you, it was in a fucking garage, closed, blocked with 2 cars. The people who lived in the apartment with me. That car finally got fucked up. I was gonna put the rims on it. When I left, I just told them, "I'll pull it outside. They'll be here." I mean, it wasn't outside 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And fucking everybody was there looking for that car. It was amazing. They had binoculars. It was fucking crazy. And I was so happy. The moral of the story is, do you know I've never heard about that car again?
Really?
Never came back up. Never. Not even
You think that's because of the bank was so fucking cool?
Well, that same bank, about a year later. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Their drive-thru was very popular.
Okay.
They had a lot of drive-thrus.
Okay.
So some fucking genius, because only a genius does this type of shit. See, stupid people carry guns, and stupid people rob people for the wrong reasons. This guy robbed it, but he planned it out. He went to, they had like 6 lanes, and he went to 3 of the lanes, and he put a cone in front of them. With the women, in the window. Don't you think that after an hour or 2 you wonder why isn't somebody going down my lane?
Yeah.
And then they put a sign that said the window is broken. Please put deposits in the box. And they cleaned them out. The bank didn't know for 6 hours. And only Gentiles, because only trusting white people.
Just hand the money over outside.
In a box, no deposit slip. Because come on, how many times do you go to the bank? You at least get a deposit slip.
Yeah.
No deposit. He even wrote something on there. We'll email you the deposit slip by the time you get back to your house. Something fucking ridiculous.
Right.
They had that place surrounded with fucking duct tape. They fingerprints and everything. Nothing. It was like an unsolved mystery in Boulder. They estimate the guy walked out of there with $9 grand. Listen, it's peanuts. But it's $9 more grand than I had than yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
No shit.
No fucking weapon involved. No nothing.
All you had to do is
come on. That's
split
genius.
in a box. Yeah, that's great.
That's genius.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. He could have done it for longer. Like it could have been more money. I wonder if he stayed and watched. Like
I just imagine, how would you translate that today? Like an ATM machine. Like go right over here to Lancashire and put 2 signs and say put this in this metal box and screw it into the wall so they could see it. Screw it into the wall. How many people would leave their money in that box?
I don't think as much.
And run it all day Monday, like on a Monday. No, Friday. When people have the lines there, I guarantee people get off the lines and go, "Why are we waiting on here? It says to drop the money in here."
do you think they do it out here? I was gonna say maybe they
I
do
guarantee. Anywhere with this Gentiles, they're looking around thinking that everything's beautiful. You know those people that walk around, "Oh my God, life is great," the whole fucking deal.
Yeah, those are people that don't actually need the money on the check.
Well, they do, but they're not paying attention
Right.
to what's in front of them. They never really, every year, how many old people get robbed on the phone by people calling them up and making investments on their
A
money?
lot.
It's the oldest fucking scam in the book.
Yeah.
How many people? We all get an email once a week from Africa.
Oh yeah.
Our friend of ours,
Yeah,
they
my
got stuck at the airport and they need money quick.
Lost
wire
their
him,
wallet.
Give him your number and he'll gladly pay you when he returns to the States. These people got fucking set of balls, but
Yeah.
he emails 150 people.
Somebody.
It's
somebody
mass
hooks him up.
marketing. It's mass marketing.
Yeah.
It's like those guys on Twitter. "Hi, my buddy got hit with a car. GoFundMe." Okay, Joey. When they don't even mention my name, I know they're lying.
Right.
Okay, what you do is go to their page, and if the last 3 days all they've been sending it out and retweeting Matt Fulchiron,
Yeah.
Lee Syatt retweet, Damon Zwicker retweet, they're to scam. I got contacted on Twitter, and that was it. That was the last time I gave to a GoFundMe, unless I personally know the people. Because I got in trouble because I gave money.
Yeah.
And I think they made what they do is they set it up for fucking one day. Listen, man, they pulled down 3 bills. There's 3 bills there, but there's something weird. Like they pick up the money, they're not supposed to. I don't know how the fuck it works. But still, Who gives a fuck? You give them money, they
got
do it to
money.
10 different accounts. They set up 10 different accounts, and they get 10 pictures of people getting hit by different cars, and they put them out there, and they put a picture with a cane, whatever the fuck you got, and suckers like me and you send the guy $50.
Well, speaking of taxes, there's the IRS scam that gets called. Like, that you get a call, you're gonna get audited. You're gonna go to jail. You have to wire us this amount of money. Like like I saw a post on Facebook about it. People are getting these calls all the time.
Anytime somebody wants money and you click on something, I say fuck that. I go right to the website that I know. Somebody tried to hit me up with PayPal the other day, and they were like, "We need you to log in because there's some irregular activity on your PayPal account."
I don't know nothing.
And I didn't fucking log in on that. I went to the real PayPal site. Everything was fucking legit.
I don't know nothing. I told you the other night, I don't click on the nothing. I'm going to be as honest as I can on the podcast right now.
Yeah, I don't click.
Okay,
That's a new shirt.
Let me tell you how
Click
this
free
starts, people.
Tuesdays.
Let me tell you how this, and I love you all, but let me tell you how this starts, people. I click onto Yahoo. I put my code in. I click onto Yahoo. From Yahoo, I look at the first 5 sentences and anything. If it's nothing that got to do with me, I click right onto Hotmail. And from Hotmail, I go to Facebook. And from Facebook, I go to Twitter. Then I go to Gmail. If Gmail ain't got nothing for me, I click that and I put YouTube in. And that's it. So, if you send me a link to look at your kid playing the drums, it's not going to get hit. I'm just letting you people know right now. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, the message gets erased. Unless I personally know you, I don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing. I don't give nobody codes. I don't give a fuck. Shut it down, bitch. Let's see. It's all a scam. You wake up once a week, there's a fucking scam from Facebook or something. Nothing. I don't click on. I just erase them and take my chances.
Do you add anybody on Facebook? Because I do, and it always bites me in the ass. Like if someone wants to be my friend, I'll say yeah, and then the next thing you know, there's like advertisement for Nikes. I mean, I got a screening process, but still.
Well,
anybody that's really hot is really
people
actually
get
a dude.
fucking, listen, I know most of the people. I don't think I can take no more people on Facebook. Like if Facebook locked me down or some shit. So I just have to be friends with people or something. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know nothing. I just keep it light on that shit. I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
I tell Lee every day. I'm going to tell you who harasses me that I can press charges on him. Lincoln harasses me every fucking day. Yeah, if I was a half a Jew, I'd get Lincoln and take them to court. And now they push the what do they call themselves? The social network. It's a bunch of bums that aren't working, that want to come invade your fucking privacy, like Rat in 85. I don't want these fucking kisses of death around. We were just talking about kisses of death. I don't want these people around. So stop hitting me up on LinkedIn then. I'm not even opening up that account. I don't fuck with LinkedIn.
I don't even fuck with that shit.
Professionals, you're a fucking moron. You ain't no fucking professional. I don't fuck with LinkedIn. Instagram, that's my dog. That's my dog, Mikey, Podcast 101. I can't take pictures. I'm not going to take pictures all day and send them to people. That's not going to fucking happen.
Right.
I'm not going to sit there and take pictures. I can't. I'm too old.
You tweet every day, though, don't you?
I tweet in the morning.
Okay.
I tweet in the morning. If you tweet that you're going to be in Wisconsin, I retweet it for you because you're family.
Right.
But I don't do it for everybody else. There's certain people I retweet shit for. Because if not, people take advantage of you. Next thing you know, you're retweeting your whole fucking life. I don't want to retweet all day. You got to have a positive thought on there yourself.
Yeah.
Or something fucked up, Lee. How many donuts you eat, Lee?
Only when I had a blueberry one. It was delicious.
Did you really, Lee? You can't wait to get that box home tonight. You're going to tear those motherfuckers.
No.
What'd you do with those 2 donuts you took
I gave
home?
them to their mom. She loved them. I put them in Tupperware. And they were great.
You're a good fucking man. How many pounds you losing?
I'm only back down to 230. I fucked up for a little bit. I went up to like 235.
You look thinner than before, man.
No, he looks very good. He's doing the
Yeah.
kettlebells. So you've been going 3 days a week for how many weeks in a row?
Like 5 or 6 weeks.
Look at God bless you.
It's
You look fucking
great.
good. You're doing the protein powder from Dolce.
Mm-hmm.
You're a new fucking man.
You're eating blueberry
Fulchiron.
donuts.
Yeah,
What's
that's
on
why
the
it's fucked
horizon,
up.
Matt Fulchiron?
What?
You're a funny motherfucker.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
What's on
it.
the goddamn horizon for Matt? Let me see what other donuts you got in there, because I'm stoned to the gills. That fucking edible and that hash kill me. Look at that. He brought maple donuts. We're fucking killing it here. I'm going to take one of these little jelly
Look at
donuts.
you. Nothing little
What's in
about
here?
that.
What's in here? Lemon?
I don't know. I just told him, give me some donuts.
Oh,
There's blueberry in there.
Hey, blueberry.
That's good news, apparently.
Oh shit!
Is that what you had, Lee?
No, I had.
You
a
had a regular blueberry
I had
donut.
like the blueberry muffin one.
It's great being a fucking stoner, though. You have no self-control at night.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do.
That's the hardest part.
You can't get full either.
No, you don't. And when you start, and especially with something sweet, you're fucked. Because especially when you do good all day, and then fucking Damon, the sweetheart, brings 24 donuts over, you're like, you want to kill yourself because it's like so hard to say no.
Yeah, that's a bad hangover. A donut hangover?
No, it's the most delicious one. I used to get, when I was like 315, I'd just get a half a dozen donuts and be like, yeah.
And just eat them?
Within a day. Not within a sitting, but within a day.
6 donuts. What's that, right?
What's
That's
that?
not
What's
that
that for
much.
breakfast?
Jesus Christ.
I'm good, man. I ain't into sweets. You guys go crazy.
Time for you to get into sweets because Damon brought the fucking goods and death with him.
All right.
I did some kettlebells today. I got some sun out there. I did some sit-ups with a 25-pound kettlebell.
Thanks, man.
That's what it's all about. Getting stoned and eating with family, right? Everybody wants to do a show about eating. Fucking Damon brought donuts. What are you going to do? I'm going to turn them down. I don't give a fuck. Tomorrow's another day. We start from scratch. I go to jiu-jitsu tomorrow at lunchtime. That's how we do it. That's it. Nobody gets their feelings hurt, Lisa, yeah?
No. At least you're trying.
No, that's it. You went to class today,
Hell yeah.
and you fought for your fucking life. I'm going to eat another one because I don't give a fuck.
It was a good class.
What's that? What's that third one?
Yeah, my dinner
Well,
was
who's
like...
counting?
And I didn't even have dinner. I was...
There you go, Lee.
You didn't know.
No.
Come on, Lee. Quit being a bitch and come on.
Wait, there's a maple syrup donut.
And you know that old fashioned staring me in the face.
I'll throw them right out the door.
Yes,
No, you
yes,
won't.
please.
I'll throw them right out the door. You want me to throw them?
Joey.
If you throw him out the door, put him by his car.
No, Joey, save them. We can save them for Joey. They're good. Where are they from?
Oh, that place on Magnolia.
This is like one of the best shows I've ever done. You know why? Because this is as simple as it gets. There's no drama. There's no facetious people trying to be fucking, trying to make you feel bad. We smoke dope and you make mistakes and you eat good. Some nights you eat bad. Some days you eat good. I eat good all day today.
What do you have?
Oatmeal. No bread.
I didn't eat good today at all.
I eat good too.
I got a slice of pizza
That's good.
for breakfast. Frozen Trader Joe's chow mein. God knows what the fuck that is.
Mm.
And then a Yucca's taco on the way over here. Which is borderline. This shit's borderline. But now with the donut, it's
Where's
officially a
Yucca's
bad
Tacos?
day. It's right in Los Feliz. Like right on Hollywood. After Hollywood starts to curve.
What kind of taco did you get?
I got a steak taco.
Oh,
Carne
shit.
asada.
Yeah, you got
It was
prop.
off the hook.
Yeah, no, you're
It was
a bad
delicious.
I had oatmeal. I had a fruit smoothie with almond milk. Believe it or not, I'm really liking those. And a mixed berry one with cherry, for breakfast. It's got high sodium, so you take a gigantic shit. And then what I had for lunch? I had a chicken cutlet.
Sodium make you shit? Is that
Well, whatever,
right?
not sodium, what was the other word? I don't know, whatever, when you have the other fiber. And then my wife went to the restaurant last night. She brought chicken parmesan. And it was the smallest piece I ate. That was it. I shot to my meeting. I didn't eat down there. They had food there like animals. And then when I got home, I had something else. She made steak with a baked potato.
Oh, nice.
And I ate half the baked potato. And she cuts the steak into little cubes like medallions, so I gotta fuck with it. And she recooks it for me. Now, usually I put it over white bread. I didn't put it over white bread. I like the grease from the steak to go into the white bread. You follow me? That's how a professional does it. But I didn't take it to the limit like that.
That
I'm
sounds
trying to
good.
cut down the carbs. Then Damon shows up with the best donuts in the fucking world. Once I got 300 milligrams of me, edibles, we got reefer, we got hash. You can't show up with donuts. You got to show up with like apples. But hey, at least he's like the three wise men. He showed up with something. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You can't be mad at him for that. So I'm pretty fucking happy. People get down on themselves, and I don't. You know why? Because I won't go get another donut. We went the other night and got one fucking donut. But we drove for 4 fucking hours, on the way back.
That's
we
good
coulda
exercise.
We could have gone together. We could have gone to a fucking bar or something.
Like, you've not, like, it sounds stupid, But that was hard for me to have 2 donuts in my house because I fought you. I didn't want to take those donuts in my house because I thought I was going to eat them.
Well, Felicia bought a half a dozen. So she comes back with a fucking half a dozen. Go buy one apiece. I can live with one fucking
Yeah, that's
donut.
what I had.
It's like a sociable. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't eat a lot of donuts because the cops are out. You can't drink beers, right? Because the cops are out.
Right.
You can't have 3 beers. So one donut's always good. Nobody gets their feeling. Listen, if you eat 2 donuts every fucking day for breakfast and 2 more for dinner, there's not enough sit-ups you can fucking do in the world. But 2 donuts twice a week, especially on workout days, you know what I'm saying? Because I look at it this way. Let's be honest here. When I was really smoking dope, I wouldn't even have shared that box with these fucking motherfuckers. You understand me?
Oh, I could have done the
I
whole
would have
box
done
too.
8. I could do 8 of those. I can't lie. You want me to lie?
Lee
to
did that
you?
this week.
With
though.
a nice bag of chips.
No. Why you gotta ruin it?
No,
No,
'cause you
how the fuck is chips running?
Fucked up the fantasy.
No, because you do, because it's
What
salty. You have
chip?
to,
Get the
it's
fuck
too much
out of
sweet.
here.
What the fuck, Lee?
Get the fuck out.
I'm
Look at
fucked
that.
up, man.
What I'm thinking is a nice bag of
You
Cheetos.
fucking sit there with a chocolate shake
A chocolate
with the
shake.
remote control.
Oh my god.
And you get that box and you open that fucking Savage up and you got a bong next to you with a little container and you look at that box and you say, we're going deep.
Right.
And that's it.
That's too much sugar.
And then you go running for 14 hours.
What
the
too
next
much
day.
sugar? You ate fucking 3 tacos and 2 other things. You told me your fucking McDonald's menu one time.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
My head almost flew. How much sodium do you think you went to sleep at night with?
Oh, 1,000.
2,000 fucking
Yeah.
grams. Same thing. But these, you know, listen, man.
I'm
it's-
just saying too, and for my mouth it'd be too sweet.
for your mouth, it'd be too
a
sweet.
milkshake.
What about for
and
your
donuts?
asshole? Would it be too sweet too?
No, it'd be
Cutsa?
delicious. You must shit great if you have a bunch of donuts and milkshakes.
It was tremendous. It's smooth.
Yeah.
A nice vanilla shake, thin.
Okay.
Breyer's ice cream. Some good fucking whole
Ice
milk.
cream and a milkshake? Oh, you're talking about how you make it.
No, come on, dog. A little fucking Breyer's ice cream. a
Wash
little
down
milk.
this ice cream with some
And
milkshake.
in this day and age, you listen, there was no fucking, there was no diabetic packages in my house. There was only real cane sugar like a motherfucker that went
Right.
in my milkshakes in those days.
That's the
There's
good
2
shit.
types of milkshake. There's healthy milkshakes, and there's milkshakes to make you see the devil. The healthy milkshakes, you put the egg and protein powder and 8 ounces of milk, and you put a little bit of fucking ice cream, and you put wheatgrass in there.
Are you
It's
supposed
like
to
being
put
in
ice cream?
purgatory.
Huh?
It's like being in purgatory, but you want those devil
But then you have
milkshakes.
those devil milkshakes. That's just pound for pound milk, ice cream, and sugar.
Straight
That's it.
satisfaction.
That's it. That's it. Takes you with a box of those fucking donuts with like the mechanic on with Charles Bronson. Are you fucking serious?
Hell yeah.
Who's gonna stop you, motherfucker?
Nobody.
Nobody, cocksucker. Matt Fulchiron, we're happy to have you back in
It's
the
great
LA
to be
scene.
here, man. It's great to see you
Hopefully
guys.
you'll be at the store with us, fucking around.
I think I'm going to stop by on Wednesday, whether I got a spot or not.
I won't be there Wednesday this week. I'm only there Thursday and fucking Saturday.
I'm in Vegas on Thursday.
Where you at in Vegas?
I forget. I'm opening up for your boy Tommy Segura.
No shit. Where
Yeah,
else?
yeah. I'm going to be in Spokane after that with Tommy, too. The week after that. It's going to be a good time.
You're doing it, man. You're
Oh,
living
yeah.
the fucking dream.
No
and that's
doubt
all
about
that-
it.
It's weird when you see like a bum like me. I got the wife and the kid now. And now I look at, like the other day, you follow what's going on in the UFC? The other day, Chris Weidman
I don't know.
and the other guy had a chit-chat, and he told him that you can't be as good as me because you have a family.
That's not always true, though.
All your time goes into your family. You know, I have no responsibilities and whatever. But it kind of is, because I wish I could go on the road. I wish I could go to Vegas and have to be in New York the next week. I wouldn't stay in Vegas. I'd go to New York early and stick
Right.
around for 3 days and go
Right.
eat and fuck
No, I
around
do all
in new
kinds of
spots.
shit.
You know, I can't do that. I have children, you know, and I wish I did, you know. I'm happy I do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, trust me, my original plan tonight was to go see David Gilmour. You guys do know that. Like for the last 3 months,
What happened?
I had a meeting today at 12 o'clock that I couldn't reschedule again until like May 14th or something, fucking just May 10th or something crazy.
Yeah.
I felt that if these people worked this hard to get me meetings, if something happens, you cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
But not because I'm going to fucking drop $2,000 out of my family's money to go see Pink Floyd in
Right.
New York or David Gilmour.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I fucked up when he came here and he wasn't here.
So you were going to go out of town to see him.
I was going to go out of town.
Right.
My plan was really to go home and see my buddy James and little Timmy, and I think Avillo was going to go, and then this other guy, Fulchiron. But then when I hit up Folk, he said that he couldn't go. He had to go out of town for business.
Yeah.
And then James was going to go the whole time. He was going to go alone. And he's gone to all those concerts alone with his
Yeah.
kids. And I talked to Avillo last week, and he was like, I'm not going. Which shocked me. Shocked me, because he was the one that took me to see The Wall.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I went to see The Wall with Avillo, Fulchiron,
No
and his
shit.
kid, Jimmy Labrano. Jimmy Labrano out it since day one. He just got a job driving a truck for $22.50 an hour. So he's like, I ain't doing shit.
Right.
I got to be on time at this
Sure.
fucking gig. So then it was down to us three. Folks said he was out. Avillo said he was out. Now, my buddy James, that's my brother. I would have gone with him. It wouldn't have made a difference. But then I realized I had the meeting on that fucking day. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and then today I talked to him, and I went on the page for him, and there were still tickets available. I mean, there were still third-row tickets at the Garden tonight.
Really?
It was $600.
Fuck that shit.
It was $600.
Plus a plane ticket.
Plus a plane ticket, a hotel, maybe for 2 nights.
And
a
you're
car,
missing the meeting.
a limo,
which that could be
meeting.
money right there.
Fucking, no, guys, it's not
Fuck
like
it.
it
It's
used
LA
to
and
be.
donuts, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
no.
it.
Listen, I feel bad.
We're just another brick in the wall anyway.
I'm not the type of guy that could look at my wife and go, you know what, man? And it's on a personal level. It's not like what she would be happy and unhappy with.
Right.
If I went home, I could sell my wife anything. My wife is like every other wife
Right.
in the world. She just wants to be happy. She's going to put up the fucking Terry Doom shit for a few, but then she understands, Oh, my wife is Terry Doom, She'll find the worst thing and bring it up. The other day I met some Chinese
Terry
woman.
Doom.
I go, you go to the comedy store? She goes, no. I go, you should go to the comedy store. There's a lot of Asian. Come here, there's a couple Chinese people. And she goes, and my wife is like, yeah, it's a 16-hour flight. Who the fuck was talking about the flying? Who gives a fuck about flying to China? I told her just to go to the fucking thing. Last night we're eating dinner. She starts with the 70s about CNN. There's people there with 20 at the table. She's talking about CNN, the 20s. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Nobody's even talking about the 20s. The kids got the earphones on. Felicia's looking the other way. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you talking? I couldn't say that to her because she'll kill me. But, after that persistent shit, I could tell my wife. My wife's dynamite. She ain't gonna fucking be mad at me. I'm with my friends, But I can't justify it in my world. Like to come home and go, I'm taking this money out of the house account.
Nah, you
Because I
can't.
want to go fucking see David Gilmour. You know what? Take a 20, go buy the fucking album.
Right.
All right, come back, you listen to the album playing backwards, we'll light it on fire at
Put
the
the
end.
Wizard of Oz on.
Yeah, for
Let's get
20.
buck wild.
But you want to take a flight back, lose time, see nobody. You hate flying. That's one extra flight you want to fucking do. And the
So
worst
it's
one.
a good thing then.
Yeah, it was a good thing. I feel bad for my brother James. I feel bad because today when I talked to him, he was, he's going to go by himself. It's tonight and tomorrow night. Saturday, he was at Radio City Musical, which that was the night to go.
Right.
That was the night to see that motherfucker at Radio
Right.
City. So,
Don't feel bad. The other guy from
No,
Pink Floyd couldn't even make it.
you know
so.
what, man? I fucking saw him when they were Pink Floyd. I have a couple things that I'm very proud of, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
That always wins every argument at
Hey,
a
if
fucking
Roger
show.
Waters wasn't there,
Yeah.
Don't feel bad.
When people talk about concerts, you just gotta drop Pink Floyd, The Wall, first fucking night. That's it. I trumped your whole fucking show, dog.
because they got a flying pig and stuff. What do they got? What do they got there on the stage?
That night,
Well, for the Wall, there's a bunch of like theatrics and stuff, right?
it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It really was brilliant.
I bet it's on YouTube. I should
It
probably
really
just
was
check it
brilliant.
out.
What was brilliant about it is that if you know anything about The Wall, it's 4 album sides. It's 2 albums,
Right.
4 sides.
Yeah.
And they went up there, opened up like nothing. They basically went up there and played like nothing was going on. Now you're on a hit of acid. This is what
I forgot.
the TV. When people go, I'm at home watching the movie The Wall. Ask me how many times I've seen the movie The Wall.
How many times?
Never!
Not even once?
Not even once. Because
Never.
there's no reason to. The reason why there's no reason to is basically because everybody missed something. You know, listen, you were not going to go see Pink Floyd without a hit of acid. Like Lee Syatt, if you come to see David Gilmour with me, you were doing a hit of acid. Or maybe even two.
That's the rules. They got to hit
That's
right on the ticket.
I assume
you lick the ticket.
We don't even play around. There's no. I wouldn't let you go. I wouldn't waste that ticket on you.
He leave you out in the parking lot.
I'm going to ask you before we get in the car, Damon. We're taking liquid acid. Yeah, I got to go to work tomorrow and stay home, bro.
It's better if you just put it in a brownie and give it to me.
No. I got to tell you up front because I don't want nobody to freak out. You know, somebody like this comes, we're taking a hit of acid. We're just going. Don't waste my time. I can't hear a story. I'm too old. It would fucking break my heart if you told me some bullshit story. This is Pink fucking Floyd. This is the only way to do it. Okay, so it had all this shit, right? It had four fucking sides, okay? This is the beauty about Pink Floyd. The wall that nobody will ever understand that didn't go see it. Four guys come out. They're playing. Okay?
You're on acid.
You're on acid. You've been smoking dope all day. You're on THC crystal. Okay, here we go. Here's Gilmour right off the bat.
How old are we?
15. Here's Gilmour right off the bat. 16. He introduces himself right off the bat. Behind them, there's a screen. Okay, and it's just throwing. Right now, they're just playing, and it's just throwing fucking Hitler. Not Hitler. I'm sorry. It's throwing.
It's a deep song.
What do you call that shit? You know, those hippie things, those tie-dye designs.
Yeah.
Now, you're on acid,
And THC crystal.
so you start watching this hippie design, and every once in a while, you're like, "Holy shit, that's music." Let me go back to the stage. And here's Roger Waters, here's David Gilmour, here's Nick Mason, and you're watching them. You know, and in those days there weren't screens around the auditorium that you could watch the band. But this was the brilliance about the wall. That right here, all of a sudden, a bunch of midgets come out, dressed as dwarves. Okay.
All right.
Okay, and these four savages are on stage playing this. This is what the movie doesn't show you. This is what nothing shows you. And all of a sudden, they lay down one block at a time, guys. And they're doing all this. Find out, it goes down. And they're not even paying attention to the midgets. But the midgets are over by the side.
This is on the live show.
This is on the live show. Could have been midgets. It could be people dressed in green. Doesn't matter. They're not reacting to these fucking people.
Right.
They're just down, 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 and all this shit. Now listen. You hear like shit's going down?
Right.
That screen is coming at you. It rocks and shit. Like rocks are coming at you. Right? Like it's just ending. Like you don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden.
Oh, good, louder.
And all of a sudden, this is what you hear. And they just stop, you know? And you're like, what happened? And you're on the acid, and they're doing all this shit, and those midgets ain't stopping.
Right.
They're putting, and all of a sudden, a plane comes up from behind you. A fucking plane is right there. You hear that fucking plane? He's right there, and he's moving very slowly. He's fucking coming, and all of a sudden, he's ready to fucking hit, and fucking bam! You're just sitting there. And there's a woman on stage rocking this fucking baby.
Where'd she come from?
Who the fuck knows? I didn't call him up and ask him.
The midgets brought her.
Yeah, that's what
And
they're
all
about.
this is going on with this woman. And guess what? The midgets haven't stopped. They're building that wall. And they're building that wall. And they're building that wall. And they build around them. This is fucking an hour in. They build around them. You know, now they're getting on with ropes. And Pink Floyd's not seeing this.
They just keep playing.
They just keep playing. And this is what people at home will never understand. The brilliance of that. They demolished you. People went home after they did 5 shows. People went home and said, listen, man, I know you're clean and sober. It's over. Because what they're doing is a mind assault on your fucking... They did it perfect. Here we go. This is like a midget coming by with a fucking piano and shit. And there you are like, what the fuck am I watching? And that screen's still going, dog.
Oh my God.
And they're still building. And they built to the end till he comes up with Comfortably Numb. And now they're singing it from behind the wall. The wall was an idea that Roger Waters is such a scumbag and such an egomaniac that he goes, I love playing music. I hate playing for these pieces of shit. I wish I could build a wall and separate myself from these pieces of shit. That's the truth. That's the fucking truth. So the ultimate thing was for him to play side 4 is basically done behind the wall.
And then
Until Comfortably Numb, when Gilmour does his guitar solo and they show him on top of the wall. And that's, can you imagine?
So they have a portion of the concert where you couldn't see them.
yeah, but Sid Barrett is on the side eating a box of donuts, right?
Sid Barrett is gone. Sid Barrett is gone.
Right.
Sid Barrett disappeared while they were making Wish You Were Here. He showed up
Sure.
at the studio.
Oh yeah, in the 60s.
and
Yeah,
he was
right,
gone.
right,
He
right.
showed up at the studio. He was unrecognizable. Then this. Okay, so you're 7 minutes in. This is the hottest song on the radio at the time. This is all they played. From the album came out November 30th. We went to see him February 15th or 16th. This is all you heard. And it's a brilliant song. It's just brilliant. And it sounded just like that. Dog, do yourself a favor. Let's end the fucking parody. Press in YouTube, February 17th, 1980, Nassau Coliseum, Pink Floyd. Why are we putting ourselves through this fucking menagerie?
Well, that was a good description, though. I gotta tell you. But yeah, let's check it.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And here's what baffles me about this. It's on YouTube.
Your show. The
My
show you were at.
I've always asked Steve Avillo,
How?
my friend who I went with, who taped it and who put it up.
Because you guys didn't bring your iPhones that night.
There was no iPhones in 1980. There was fucking nothing. But there were stores that you went to that they made the fucking... They specialize in the underground.
That's so crazy.
Who the fuck do you guys think you're dealing with? Do you guys think I'm some fucking amateur here?
No.
Look at that.
This is in Jersey, right? Hey, suck a dick.
That's Long Island. I think they just recently knocked it down. I did a club there one time, maybe 2 years ago, and I stayed at the hotel.
Do you want to skip forward a little bit?
What's that?
Should I skip forward a little bit?
Sure, but just... Seats. So they do this album, 4 albums, front to back, in order, to the T.
This is the show you were at.
Not the show, but they taped all of them. What again?
I want to see these little construction workers.
See, right now, they probably won't show them. Because this is the beauty of Pink Floyd. They had the camera on Waters.
Right.
The lights on Waters, the drummer, and the organ player. But the midgets were starting on the sides.
Right. It's crazy how they got a job in show business, but now they have to do manual labor.
I was thinking about that. That must be kind of a shitty job. I'm going to build up that wall every night. Unless they make it really light.
He was to the T. These guys were to the fucking T, ladies and gentlemen. That's what was so amazing about them.
No,
But
it sounds like the record.
Every other watch. But the visual is so bad, you're not even going to see anything at this point. This thing is 30 years old.
Is it the airplane?
Yeah. This is just too much. But you don't see nothing at this. The quality. A friend of mine that I went to a concert with, because like 80 of us went from my high school.
Really?
I just went with 4 other guys. He sent me this. What other one they have? They had Dark Side of the Moon, the Wall Live Tour, the 27th, and 1973. That's it. You gotta look deep on there. I do want to show you guys something pretty fucking intense, just so you guys might learn something. What are you looking at, Leo? Looking at the stars over there, Damon? Put on Whipping Post by Frank Zappa. Watch this. This is crazy.
I went to Frank Zappa's house one time.
Did you really? Was he alive?
No, he was dead, but a friend of mine was dating his daughter. It was a weird house. All kinds of like weird dolls and decorations.
This
and
guy's
shit.
a fucking nut. Look at him, top one. And I mean, this fucking guy could play a goddamn fucking guitar. I mean, they do it too. They do shit I don't like. They act like fucking jerk offs.
Right.
But besides that, I'm talking about Zappa playing the fucking leads on the guitar. Pretty badass, man. See, I hate all this shit.
Why do you hate it so much?
Too much theater. Look at him. But Zappa ain't fucking around.
Good time buddies. I didn't know Zappa was that good at guitar.
Yeah, man. I put this on today, not one person reacted to it. Like, Frank Zappa is like a dinosaur in today's... And,
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about him.
and he would do perfect today. Like, if he came back today, if he was alive today, and he played at Echo Park, he'd become a millionaire in 1 week. This is Echo
Yeah,
Park.
this is the type of shit they do in Echo
Put
Park.
this on louder here. Watch this guitar playing. This is all Zappa playing the lead on here. He's got like
killing
19 motherfuckers on stage. Listen. Yeah, Zappa had skills, man.
He could show up to Echo Park looking just like that.
See, all that type of shit drives
Right.
me crazy. I want to shoot a motherfucker. But this is real right here. I'm telling you, Zappa takes it to another fucking level.
I had no idea, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, he didn't last as long as he did because he was a dud. His music was not what most people considered what they liked. He had a weird take.
It was
on
off the
things.
wall, and it was
Yeah,
like
Joe's Garage is off the wall, all that shit. But this is real. People act that way because they got chops, not because they don't have chops.
right. It's like when a painter is really good at
Yeah.
painting, and then he's like, "Well, I got to do some weird shit because I'm
Yeah,
bored with this
I'm bored,
regular
yeah.
shit."
I love to see this. I hate covers. I like interpretations. Does
Right.
that sound weird to you?
No, that makes perfect
I
sense.
know a cover. I know an interpretation. This is an interpretation. You can turn it off, man. Because of his guitar playing, he interpreted it into his own.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between an interpretation and a cover. People always send me covers of things. They drive me fucking crazy.
Right.
They drive me fucking crazy.
Right.
You know who does good covers? That dude from the Black Label Society. But
What's
he does
his
all
that?
Ozzy shit. He
Right.
covers like Ozzy stuff and he redoes it. He does a good job.
You know who does good covers? Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
They made a career out of
They made
it.
a career out of fucking doing covers. But they've been smart lately. They've been putting the songs they did right.
Yeah.
Have you seen that on video with Jimmy Page? He just put Kashmir up.
Uh-huh.
He told how he got the riffs to Kashmir. Well, he released it on the movie with Jack Black when they did that movie, Heavy Petting or Play It Loud. Play It
Okay.
Loud. He in that movie he does a segment on how they came up with Kashmir, and it's fucking brilliant. He just and now he's got Stay With It. Is it Stay With Heaven? Yeah. He breaks down Stay With Heaven
Right.
on YouTube to say how he came up with it. How people could say we robbed it, but studio musicians don't speed up music.
Right.
That was my fucking idea. He did all that little
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So
Don't get me wrong. I fucking love Led Zeppelin. I love Led Zeppelin. I don't care. That's how much I love.
I love them to death. And there's people that boycott them. There's people that send me fucking hate mail.
They're
over
only
them.
hurting themselves if they boycott Led
I
Zeppelin.
love. You know why I love Led Zeppelin? Because there's one simple reason why. The live fucking album and the live footage. The live footage, when you see what Jimmy Page and him do. But what you have to really accompany to is you have to get the night in '76 when Robert Plant did the King Biscuit Flower Hour. You could find
yeah?
that online. You could find that online.
All right.
Listen to that interview and then watch that movie. And listen to what Robert Plant's saying.
You talking about Song Remains the Same, that movie?
And there's a bunch of different cuts.
Right. There's the sketch cut.
But
That's the one I saw.
I also heard that Led Zeppelin remastered it, and when you watch it now, you can see that it's completely off. Like
Yeah?
the music is still there, the voice is still there. What's the matter, Lee? You over there sweating bullets, thinking, how can I eat
Have
two
another
more
donut.
donuts?
No, I'm trying.
You look thin. Have
Yeah.
another donut.
No, the
Lee,
high
have a
just hit
donut.
me
You
again.
never eat. You're skin and bones.
Lee, you're
Have a
fucking thin.
donut.
Look at you. You're looking like a Mama Luke. Eat
Give him
something.
2 donuts.
Yeah, eat
You're
something,
you're
will
gonna
you?
die. You're gonna wither and
The
die.
fucking reefer hit you again. That
Come
means
on.
you gotta tame that fire, dog.
No, you can't tame it with sugar. Sugar
Oh,
sets it off again.
no.
Sugar,
I think
not,
you
not
can.
that
I think you
shit.
can.
That's Mexican sugar. That's not that shit you get from these.
I don't think
fucking...
Reaper knows what.
Yes,
kind of
it
sugar
does.
is.
It's a big fucking difference. That's
He's
Mexican
definitely high.
fucking
There's
sugar.
a certain way he talks
Let me get
when
the
he's
sheets.
high.
Let's fucking do this stuff. Matt Fulchiron, let me tell
What's
you
up?
something. When I
What's
heard you
up?
were coming back to town,
Yeah.
it made me very happy. It's
It makes
a
me
pleasure.
always makes me happy to get a phone call from you, and
Always.
fucking tickled pink,
You
man.
know I don't fuck around, dog.
I know you
Ask the
don't.
real fucking Mohicans. And I got Lee here, so when I know you were coming back, we said, fuck it.
Joey doesn't fuck around. He says, "When you gonna be back? I love you. See you later."
Easy.
That's how he does it.
No drama. Why am I
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
bust your
I love
balls?
it. I love it.
That's why I don't want to fuck around with this shit. But anyway, like all great podcasts, even though you're having a good time, they all come to an end.
It's true.
I gotta
it's
go home
true.
and see if these steroids are gonna let me fucking sleep now. They told me these things are not gonna let me sleep. That's why I
Are
went
these
with the
are
high
these
dose.
donut steroids?
No, the steroids I got. in my
Because
fucking
I feel like
nose.
I'm growing already.
No. But anyway, listen, guys, let me tell you something. We always try to push food on you because we're a bunch of fat fucks. And sometimes we push healthy stuff on you, and it's, I like Blue Apron. I'm a believer in Blue Apron. The calories are low, but there's something else I'm a believer in. For you people who don't know what the Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by NatureBox.com, dedicated to making smart, delicious snacking easy. You deserve better than high fructose corn syrup and red eye number 578. NatureBox snacks taste delicious without any high fructose corn syrup. That's the shit that kills you. Trans fat, MSG, artificial colors, sweeteners, or flavors. None of that crap. NatureBox makes finding a range of options from healthy to indulgent to easy. They combine unique flavors with ingredients you can pronounce to create great snacks you may not want to share. Trust me, they're delicious. The sriracha cashew, delicious. The chocolate nom-noms, delicious. The South American plantains, delicious. They've got 100 seriously delicious options to choose from, all delivered. Here's the secret. To your door. The same way Damon showed up with those donuts and changed our world tonight is the same way Nature Box will show up, all right? And you'll never get bored with the Nature Box snacks because every single month they release new snacks to choose from. Like my favorite is the salt and pepper lentils. That is my favorite snack in the world. Mercy doesn't like spicy food, and she even eats it, all right? So do me a favor. Say goodbye to weird mystery ingredients and start snacking confidently with Nature Box. Visit naturebox.com/Joey to get 50% off your first box now, okay? Again, head to naturebox.com/Joey right now and get 50% off the right snacks for 2016. That's 50% off your first box of delicious, high-quality snacks sent directly to your door. So do me a favor again. Go to naturebox.com, scroll down the page, look for snacks. Go look through the cashews. Go look through the nom-noms. I mean, it's going to be a tough decision, but you got to pick 5 of them. Knock yourself out. You know why? Because we're going to give you 50% off your first box. So again, go to naturebox.com to get 50% off your first box, all right? And that's it. It's that easy. Number 2. We were talking about this early. I mean, Lee broke it down for you a little bit. Night after night, 2 people lay in the same bed, but when it comes to time to buy a new mattress, only one gets their way. Until now, we're introducing the Helix Sleep, where you can buy mattress online, customized for both you and her, okay? Or him, whatever. For hundreds of dollars instead of thousands, okay? Go to helixsleep.com and answer a few simple questions based on 4 key preferences. And the result will be a custom sleep profile used to build you the most comfortable mattress you'll ever sleep on, okay? And I guarantee your significant other will be happy too, whether it's she or he. Your mattress will arrive at your door in about a week, and shipping is 100% free. So right off the bat, we're saving you money. And for couples, Helix customizes each side of the mattress, personalized to suit each of your bodies the way you both sleep. So the Helix customers report a 30% improvement in overall sleep quality. You have 100 nights to try it out, and if you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and give you 100% free refund, okay? No questions asked. That's why everyone from GQ magazine to Forbes, they're all talking about the Helix Sleep. So do me a favor. Go to helixsleep.com/Joey and get 50 beans. That's $50 off your order. That's helixsleep.com/Joey and get $50 off your first order. Start sleeping like a prison inmate and take care of yourself. You go online, you take the survey, you order the mattress, knock yourself out. I mean, they got great stuff in this pamphlet. You know, I would be here with you for 2 days reading all the good stuff. But just do me a favor. Go to helixsleep.com right now. Take a look at all your options, take the test, and then put Joey in and get $50 off your first order. I want to thank Helix Sleep. I want to thank Nature Box. And I want to thank my people on it with the Hemp Force protein and the Mike Dolce protein that my main man Lee Syatt's enjoying so much. Look at the face on Lee Syatt. Did you see the
He's
look
ready to
on
go
his
see
face?
Pink Floyd. He is.
He's ready to fucking do something, Lee
Yeah.
Syatt.
He's ready
But
to
it
go
ain't
to bed on
fucking
that
good.
Helix mattress.
You're fucked up tonight,
You're fucked
Lee.
up,
Look
dude.
at you.
Dude, you're fucked up.
I love it, Lee, when you get fucked up. And now we're going to smoke some more hash when the camera's off.
Oh, good.
You get another fucking donut and knock yourself out. Who takes care of you more than your Uncle Joey?
Nobody.
And for you motherfuckers that don't know, let me let you what's cracking up. Next fucking week, Buffalo, New York.
What?
All right, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 21st to the 23rd. And the following week, I'm at Crackers in Indianapolis.
Boom.
That's right, bitches. One of my favorite fucking joints in the country. Next week, I'll be in Buffalo eating fucking beef on wick like a motherfucker. You understand me? Fuck the Weight Watcher points. Fuck the donuts. I'll
Hey.
be tearing it up in Buffy.
What
bitches.
happens in Buffalo?
Stays in your asshole. You
Stays in
understand
your
me?
fucking
Where
small
you at the
intestine.
next couple of weeks, my
I'm
brother?
in Vegas with Segura. I'm in Spokane with Segura.
Okay, but who the fuck goes to Spokane? He's
Me
going,
and Tommy.
He's going like a bowling
Yeah,
alley,
yeah,
Tommy
yeah.
Buns and shit. I love you guys with all my heart. Thank you for always giving us the opportunity to entertain you on a fucking Monday night. What's up, dog?
And for people, the video is going to be on his Vimeo.
It's going to be on
account.
Vimeo. No more YouTube because they'll take this down.
So we're going to stream on
we
YouTube.
play videos, but we're going to shoot the Vimeo and put them up.
Right,
Right?
it's Joey Coco Diaz on Vimeo.
All right.
Okay.
I love you guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you Wednesday night. I'm going to blow your mind with the guest on Wednesday night. So stay black.
What do you want to close with, buddy?
What are we going to close with? Let's close with UFO Lights Out.